This is Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Good afternoon and welcome to Tim Hortons Field. The Tiger Cats and the Alouettes moments away from kickoff. Tiger Cats in their gold pants, black tops with the gold numbers. Alouettes wearing the blue pants, white tops, and blue numbers. And this is a big game. It's the 8th game of the season for the Tiger Cats, sitting at 4-3, tied for top spot in the East Division. Montreal, despite having the number one offense, is sitting at 2-4, and they've lost 4 of their last 5. RJ Broadhead along with Mike Morreale, and great to be with you, Mike. One thing I'm super excited to see is this healthy offense. Jeremiah Masoli at quarterback. Brandon Banks is back. Braylon Addison's back. It could be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I hope it's very exciting, RJ. We got a lot of things going on, and before we get started, we're going to have to get ready for the national anthem. Then we'll go right into it.
Welcome back to Tim Hortons Field. Getting set for the Tiger Cats Alouettes for the Tiger Cats 8th game of the year. This will be the midway point for the Montreal Alouettes. And we were talking before we went to break, Mike, about the Tiger Cats offense. Currently ranked number 7 in the 9-team CFL, averaging under 20 points per game, but we're seeing Masoli back, Banks back, Addison back. You'd have to think that over 20 points a game seems like a realistic statistic now that these guys are all back.
Well, it's going to happen at some point, and I'm hopeful it happens today. But certainly when you look at what the Cats have been able to do in the win and loss record and get to a 4-3 record without these players in the lineup, or not having a solid, healthy lineup really since the beginning, it's a chance for Braylon Addison and Masoli and Banks and the rest of the core to really come together and have some consistency moving forward.
So Brandon Banks, he hasn't played since Labor Day. Braylon Addison hasn't played this year. And to just put an exclamation point on how important they are, you go back to 2019, the leading receiver in the CFL was Banks. The 5th leading receiver in the CFL was Addison. So they are both back in the lineup. The defense, that's more great news. Nothing really changes. Mike Daly is back from injury, but it does look like Tunde Adeleke will be starting at safety. But that defense has been really the key for the Tiger Cats' success.
Yeah, they certainly have been, and that's the makeup of anybody that comes here to Tim Hortons Field. They're going to be in a defensive battle. Really, no couple changes, but no real mix-up to the lineup. You got something good going. Got to continue on that path, and really, defense, they say, wins championships. This offense is set to explode. Let's see if it happens today. We got a beautiful day for football as they're getting ready to line up and get this thing started.
Yeah, check the calendar. It is October, but it feels like plus 28 Celsius, so it is a gorgeous afternoon for football. One aspect of this game that will be huge, we talked about Hamilton's defense, but Montreal's offense is the best in the league, so they can put up numbers. So if they can be stopped by Hamilton, the Tiger Cats have a good chance of winning.
Yeah, and it starts with their run game. Willie Standback is the type of guy, if you give him space and you give him the ball off, then he's running downhill. He can beat you. He's done that a few times. And then Verdon Adams Jr., just, he's really improved as a quarterback and gets a lot more confidence back there. Very good with the arm, but also good getting out of the pocket and creating some mismatches downfield.
He's tough to sack. They've allowed the fewest sacks in the league. Part of that is their great offensive line. Part of that is the mobility of Vernon Adams, who's second on the team in rushing. Of course, you mentioned William Standback. Back-to-back 100-yard rushing games. 4 of the 6 games he's had 100 yards rushing. His worst rushing game was against the Tiger Cats. They only allowed him 40 yards. And Coach O kind of talked about how it was more of a scheme that Montreal was passing more in that game. And you look back at the numbers, they only ran 18 times. They usually run the ball 24 to 30 times a game. So they did not run as much against Hamilton in the first game. And that probably had something to do with the fact they were stopped early by the defense on the run.
Definitely.
So Montreal to kick off, Hamilton to receive. Kicker for the Alouettes, the rookie out of Laval, David Cote. And back to receive is Frankie Williams. Williams will take that at his own 2 up the middle. Now cuts to his left, breaks one tackle, gets some blocking help, cuts through past the 30, and then Montreal tackles him just at the 31-yard line. So a good start for the Tiger Cats on that Frankie Williams return.
Yeah, when these guys are in their meeting rooms, one of the goals of the special teams is we want to get that ball north of the 30. You want to get to the 35 or better. So that's a really good starting position off the opening kick. Now we get a look at Jeremiah Mazzoli behind center, that whole receiving core. Now we just sit back and watch. All the prognostication is gone. It's time to play some football.
Absolutely, Mike. And the first two games weren't great for Jeremiah Mazzoli in this offense, but the offensive line has been much stronger. 4 receivers to the field side. It's a handoff to Sean Thomas Erlington immediately, and he'll get up to the 35, so a gain of 4 on first down.
Yeah, pretty good rush on first down. Sets up a 2nd and short. And that'll open up the playbook here for the Cats as none of the receivers even get to the huddle. They're kind of loose huddle here right to the line of scrimmage.
4 receivers again to the field side. Jeremiah Mazzoli taps his foot, gets the snap, and he's going to pass to his right. It is caught by Braylon Addison, his first catch of the season.
Looks like they're going to get a pretty good spot here.
Yeah, it's going to be just shy, but shy by inches. Boy, first possession, you have a decision to make already, Coach O.
Yeah, definitely. Watford comes in, and he certainly has had the last couple of games leading him to the victory. Has been a big bonus when you have 2 of your starting quarterbacks down. He comes in on the short yardage play.
David Watford, the quarterback for 2 of the 4 wins, and the leading rusher for the last 2 games for the Tiger Cats, tries to get around the original line, and he does find a seam, and he will get the first down.
Looked a bit tricky as he kind of wanted to go off that right edge, got stood up initially, but Alouette defender doesn't wrap him up, and he's allowed to bowl forward. Mazzoli comes back into the game, and we'll keep an eye on what this first down play will be for last time around. Short run by Erlington.
And that's an area where the Tiger Cats would like to improve. Last in the league on first down yardage, just averaging 4.4 yards. It's a play action. Mazzoli back to pass. He's got time. Now he has to roll to his right, looking left. Nothing there. Looks to the left again, and he will throw this ball away as he just finally ran out of time. Nobody was open.
Yeah, he was looking downfield to the left-hand side. Jalen Ackland, Brandon Banks running a bit of a scissors route out there, crossing over each other. Mazzoli looked good defensive coverage. He had a ton of time, just ran out of room as he rolled to the right and threw that one out of bounds.
So ball on the Hamilton 43. It'll be 2nd and 10. First possession of the game. Hamilton coming into this one, winners of 4 of their last 5 games, tied for first place in the East Division. 4 receivers heading to the field side. Sean Thomas Erlington peels off there too, so an empty backfield, a low pass. It's caught by Brandon Banks. Makes a move, cuts to his left, and he's brought down at about the 49-yard line. Looks like he'll be short of the first down, though.
Yeah, a little sense of misdirection there as the receivers came off the ball to the field, setting up a block for Banks coming on the under. They just didn't buy him enough space, and now it's 3rd and long, and out comes the kicking unit.
Joel Whitford is back, punting for the Tiger Cats. He missed 3 games. The first game he missed, he was injured in warm-ups, and Michael Damagala had to come in and punt and do the kicking as well. So Whitford is back. We'll see a couple of Australian punters in this game. Both teams' punters are from Australia. So from his own 35, Whitford will send this back. And this is an area where Montreal has struggled. There's a fumble immediately. This ball is loose. Whitford dives over, and there's a scramble for the football. Hamilton saying they have it. Montreal saying they have it. The officials haven't ruled yet. They're still discussing, and they're saying Hamilton has the football. So the first touch Montreal gets on the football, it's a fumble on the punt, and Hamilton has recovered it. Welcome back to Tim Hortons Field. Ticats on that punt fumble take over on the Montreal 47, and on first down, it's a handoff to Sean Thomas Erlington, who lost a yard, didn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage, so this will be a 2nd and long for the Tiger Cats.
Now Banks into the game, Kalinich out. Bit of a wild play with that fumbled punt, but the Cats get back in great territory.
Yeah, kind of a messy one. Darius Pickett, it bounced off his chest when he tried to field the punt, and then Joel Whitford was there with Des Lawrence. They knocked the ball out of bounds, so Hamilton took possession. But can the Tiger Cats capitalize? It's a short pass. It's to Braylon Addison. He gets up across the 40, and it looks like that'll be close to a first down. Another decision for Coach O. This one might be a little too long to go for. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, this is longer than usual. And then, he pulls the trigger on the kicking unit coming out there. Couple plays, the Cats probably would want to get a bit better momentum. Still setting up for the field goal opportunity, but a miss there on the turnover.
So Taylor Bertolette is doing the kicking. He is 8 for 13. This one will be from the 45-yard line of Montreal. So a 45-yard attempt for Taylor Bertolette to try to open the scoring here for the Tiger Cats. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is wide right. And running it out of the end zone are the Alouettes. It's Greg Reed, the defensive back, and he will get just past his own 5-yard line, maybe to the 6 with forward momentum. We'll have to see where they spot it, but the Tiger Cats cannot open the scoring, and Greg Reed able to bring it out of the end zone to make sure no points are scored. Back at Tim Hortons Field, no score between the Alouettes and the Tiger Cats. Tiger Cats have had 2 possessions thanks to that turnover. This is the first one for the number 1 offense in the CFL. And Vernon Adams Jr. complete to Quan Bray, and he's forced out of bounds just past the 20-yard line, and that will be a first down for Montreal.
Hey, we talked a bit about the last time these two teams met and really holding Willie Stam back to a short yardage, and the Alouettes looking to throw the ball. They come out here throwing deep in their own end. Play a 2 tight end set, get the ball out early. It's a big first down.
If the defense was guessing, they'd have to guess that first down would have been a Williams stand-back run. It was not. It was a completion. Vernon Adams has the most touchdowns in the CFL. He's thrown 11 of them. This time it is a handoff to stand-back, and the defense is there, and they conglomerate to give stand-back practically nothing. He ran right into the arms of Dylan Wynn, and Wynn never let go.
Yeah, what a defensive line they have out there. Jagarrett Davis, Ted Laurent, Dylan Wynn, Julian Hauser just rallied to the football. Santos Knox came in as well to limit that gain. And that's exactly what you want to do on first down, deep in the opponent's end, is keep them there. Now 2nd and 8. They got a lot of turf to work with.
Montreal on their own 25. Vernon Adams in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to the field side. Now Jake Winicky. He comes in, looked like he was going to block. He drops off, and the pass is complete to B.J. Cunningham, and that will be short of the first down. He got maybe to the 30, but that won't be enough.
Interesting play call. You know you need 8. You get about 5. And Simone Lawrence is there to wrap you out right away. Great job by that Ticat defense, but just not – you need a better sense of awareness trying to go for that first down. And now here comes the punt situation. Defense has done exactly what they need to do.
And, of course, Simone Lawrence in on that tackle to stop Montreal from getting a first down. He was a Performer of the Month for September, and on his Instagram he put out, I was Employee of the Month. I thought that was pretty funny. So back to punt is Joseph Zima, the Aussie punter. He's back at near his own 15, and Frankie Williams will drift back to his own 20. He had to catch that ball over his head, and he's caught as he got to the 25, so good coverage by the Alouettes. They limited the gain for Frankie Williams. Not much happening for the offenses so far. The score is 0-0, Hamilton and Montreal. You're listening across the Ticats audio network. Not much happening offensively so far early in the first quarter here at Tim Hortons Field. Alouettes lost their last 2. Tiger Cats have won their last 2 and have won 11 straight regular season games at Tim Hortons Field. Jeremiah Masoli has Tim White cut across. Play action. The pass comes to Tim White, and he will get a couple of yards, and that will push him over 300 yards on the season. Didn't get much, but he only needed 1 yard to get to 300. yards receiving for the rookie.
Short gain on the play. They've done a few of these little quick passes out, have the receivers block downfield, perhaps setting up for a little, look to the flats and go by one of these receivers, but we'll watch what happens here on 2nd and long.
Hamilton on their own 28. It's 7 yards to get the first down. Addison now cuts in front of Masoli, who looks to his left. Acklin in motion. Masoli wants to throw left. No one open. Rolls to his left, and he will throw this ball away. And it'll be another 2 and out here for the Tiger Cats, and the punt team comes on.
Still a little bit of confusion in that Ticats offense. You can have the greatest receivers in the world. You just have to be on the same page. It looked like that time Braylon Addison stopped up short, looking to get that short intermediate route. Got jumped by one of the Alouette defenders, and Mazzoli had to throw it away.
So no Mario Alford returning kicks for the Montreal Alouettes. He's one of the best, but this is his 2nd straight week that he's going to miss due to injury. They've got Greg Reed back there. Darius Pickett was back before, and he was the one who had the fumble, so it'll be Greg Reed trying to cleanly catch the Joel Whitford punt, and he does, just inside his own 40, gets across the 50 up to midfield, and then he's taken out of bounds there by Mike Daly, who's back in the lineup, and there is a flag on the play.
It looked like this is going to go against the Alouettes, probably holding along the way. We'll get the call here in a second.
Illegal block, Montreal, number 41. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. So that'll send the Alouettes back. They had the ball across midfield. Now they'll start from their own 40.
The Alouettes are going with the wind here, Arju. We haven't talked a lot about it, but we've noticed on the punts, the punt by Montreal, the last one over a 60-yarder, and this one into the wind, saw it hang up.
So you think Vernon Adams might try to go deep? It's one thing that the Montreal Alouettes, one of many things, I should say, that they've done well on offense. They're not afraid to go for the deep ball. This is a short pass to Standback. He steps over one defender. Tunde Adalake able to get under his feet and trip him up, but he'll be close to a first down.
Montreal took a bit of a page out of the Ticats offensive book. Very similar play call. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hands early, get the receivers blocking downfield. That time made a few people miss, and now 2nd and very short. So this really gives the Montreal offense an opportunity to take a chance if they choose to.
Montreal on their own 49. Vernon Adams, it's loud here, 18,000 fans at Tim Hortons Field. He's trying to change up the play. He's doing signals. He's under center. He's going to drop back. And he'll throw, and very nearly picked off by Ciante Evans, who seemed to be the one who had the best chance at that football, but it looks like there's another flag on the play.
Yeah, this is going to go against Montreal as well. Be holding, will take them back. That play was a little messed up from the get-go. A lot of talking, not a lot of action.
Number 55, 10-yard penalty.
And there's the holding call.
Yeah, Vernon Adams was trying to change the play. He was under center, then dropped back. And maybe with that wind, he overthrew Quan Bray a bit and almost worked out for the Tiger Cats. So now it's 2nd and 11 for Montreal. They're back on their 39. The offenses have had trouble moving the ball. Not a surprise, Tiger Cats defense number 2 in the CFL behind that awesome Winnipeg defense. Vernon Adams Jr. gets the snap, couple of steps back, empty backfield. He'll roll to his left. And Julian Hauser was able to trip him up. Tunde Adalake was there as well, and Vernon Adams Jr. is still down. He didn't see Julian Hauser closing in on him, and he is not getting up. Matthew Schultz is the backup quarterback for the Montreal Alouettes. The only action he's seen this year is against the Tiger Cats in the Tiger Cats' 3rd game of the season. He only passed 3 times.
Just a great spin move by Hauser on Tony Washington. Spins him to the inside. That forces Vernon Adams to go out of the pocket to the left, and then here comes Hauser from behind as well. You see him grab his right foot or left foot right away as he gets tripped up. Awkward looking tackle. Didn't look painful, but They're checking out that left foot or ankle.
Vernon Adams Jr. so important to this Alouettes team. Kahari Jones, their head coach, is on his way out to see how his quarterback is doing. And Adams Jr. is down between the hash marks, so Kahari Jones has gone way out on the field. And they're looking at that left foot or ankle that he grabbed right away when he went down.
Oh, stepped on. Got stepped on there by accident by Adeleke as he came up. So that'll sting for a little bit, that's for sure.
Well, Montreal certainly hopes it's not enough to keep Vernon Adams out. He's getting off under his own power, but certainly not putting a lot of weight on the left foot. There is a distinct limp as he leaves the field. So we'll have to see for that next Montreal possession. He'll get worked on. But for right now, the Alouettes have to punt the ball, and Joseph Zima is standing on his own 29-yard line with the wind. Another pretty good kick. Frankie Williams up to his 15. Takes a look. There was an opening in front. Cuts to his right instead, and there's the sidelines, and Montreal is able to angle Frankie Williams out just past the 15. Back at Tim Hortons Field, still waiting for our first points of the football game between the Tiger Cats and the Alouettes. Tiger Cats, 3 possessions. They've had a couple of punts and a missed field goal. Missed from 45, Taylor Bertolette. And Greg Reed was able to run it out of the end zone, so not even the single on that play. And again, the Tiger Cats will start from fairly deep in their own end, from their own 20. In all of the Tiger Cats wins, they've dominated starting field position. In their 3 losses, the opposition has had the better starting field position. So right now, with the win, Montreal has hemmed Hamilton in. Braylon Addison catches that pass, and that will move the Tiger Cats up close to the 40. Looks like he got to the 36-yard line, a 17-yard gain on the play.
Braylon Addison is just one of those receivers that makes everybody around him better. They're getting right to the line now, but great quick throw by Jeremiah Mazzoli right up the gut.
1st and 10, the handoff goes to Sean. No, it's handed off to Brandon Banks. Even fooled me, Mike. Got across the 45.
Quick misdirection. That ball got into the hands of Brandon Banks first. Then he play fake back to Earlington. Fooled a lot of people.
Not you. You were on it. Mazzoli under center. This time it's a handoff to Sean Thomas Earlington, and he tries to battle his way. Looks like he did get the first down. Yes, he did.
That's good set of play calls here on this drive so far. Really moving the ball. Nice quick pass. Another misdirection run and run right up the gut. So now back in the huddle for the Cats, getting close to that midfield stripe.
Ball on the 48. 1st and 10 here. Fresh set of downs for the Tiger Cats. Jeremiah Mazzoli. He steps back, looks up the middle. He's going to throw deep. There's a race for it, but it's overthrown. Sean Thomas Earlington couldn't come up with it, and there is a flag in the Montreal backfield.
Yeah, based on where that flag is, you think it's kind of contact on a receiver or something to that respect. We'll wait to get the official call here.
You just don't know what's coming from this Tiger Cats offense. Deep ball to Sean Thomas Earlington that time. So we're awaiting the call. They're just discussing it. And I think we're about set.
Definitely going against.
Illegal contact upgraded to pass interference. Montreal number 3. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
So illegal contact upgraded to pass interference.
Never heard the upgrade, but I'll take it. I need one next time I fly.
Well, Patrick Levels was the culprit there, and he wasn't happy with the Tiger Cats. Felt they ran up the score in that game in Montreal. 27-10. They scored a touchdown with 1:11 to go. Play action here from Mazzoli, and he rips a pass. Tried to jam it in for Jalen Atkin, but that coverage from Greg Reed was too good, and Reed knocked it down. But there is another flag, and looks like this, by the reaction of Reed, Mike, it's going against Montreal.
Contact. Montreal number 5. 10-yard penalty.
There you go. Reed getting the call once again. Illegal contact. It's the only way you can kind of keep these Ticat receivers at bay is to get a piece of them. But you got to be careful. Obviously, the refs are on it today. They're keeping a close eye on any contact.
Montreal had 129 yards and penalties in their last game against Toronto. They lost that game by 3 points, and they're getting a ton of penalties here. Hamilton hasn't taken one. Pass to Braylon Addison. It is complete. He is down to about the 16-yard line of Montreal. That'll be another first down, and the Ticats are threatening.
Oh, that's a great, easy play call. 4 receivers to the field. You let one guy run through, everyone else kind of hitches up, and then you just play in between the zone. That time, Braylon Addison gets the quick hitter inside.
21-yard catch by Braylon Addison on that play. So now they're on the 16. 1st and 10, Tiger Cats in the red zone. Jeremiah Masoli, empty backfield. Looking end zone, Jalen Acklin, jump ball, and he can't come up with it. He was tied up with Greg Reed again, and there's no flag this time. It's incomplete.
Now, Mazzoli threw a nice ball, put it out there where only Acklin really had a chance, but Reed plays great position here. Acklin's just an out and up. Ball was still right, only where Acklin could catch it. Reed had great position on.
Little size advantage for Jalen Acklin there as well. Masoli trying to throw it up, like you said, Mike, in a spot where only he could come up with it. Would have been a tough catch, incomplete. So we're 2nd and 10 now from the Montreal 16. Tiger Cats. Masoli running out of time, and he is sacked. Big play by that Montreal defense. It's David Menard who comes in and gets the sack, and that will push Hamilton back almost 10 yards. Looks like about 9-yard loss on that play.
Oh, that's the frustrating part. You take the ball at your 20-yard line, you march it the whole way down the field, basically to the opponent's 20, and then when it's time to really put points on the board, you end up taking a sack. Still the chance for the field goal, but they're leaving a few points out there.
Late first quarter, only 10 seconds remain. Taylor Bertolette out to try to kick the field goal, get the first points of the game. A 24-yarder here for Bertolette, and this one is good. So the Tiger Cats get the first points of the game. Taylor Bertolette with the field goal, and that's the end of the first quarter. So it took right to the end of the quarter to get some scoring. Tiger Cats lead the Alouettes after a quarter, 3-0. Start of the second quarter, Vernon Adams Jr. not in there, so Matthew Schultz comes in, and not a surprise, it's a handoff to William Stanback, the league's leading rusher, but the Tiger Cats don't give him much, maybe a gain of 2 on that first down.
Crazy seeing Vernon Adams right now, like really hobbling on the sidelines. Got Reed taped up again, spatted that shoe, but obviously in some pain.
If you're just listening now, he got stepped on. His foot got stepped on a quarterback keeper. It looked innocent at the time, but he has not put pressure on that foot. Matthew Schultz is in, and a screen pass goes to William Stanback, and that won't be enough for a first down. So Montreal, a quick 2-and-out.
That was really set up quite well for Montreal with the misdirection, but the rally by the Ticats defense. Santos Knox comes over. Simone Lawrence comes over. Big collision at the end of that play.
Yeah, that linebacking crew, Ciante Evans in there too. Seems like all 3 of those linebackers are around the ball all the time for the Tiger Cats. Back to return for the Tiger Cats is Speedy B. Joseph Zima kicking into the wind. At his 30 when he finally put boot to ball, and Brandon Banks. He fakes to his right, cuts to his left, running out of room along the sideline, and he will get about to the 43-yard line of the Tiger Cats, and that's where they'll start from.
So a lot better field position now, probably the best of the game besides the turnover early on in the first quarter for the Cats to take the offense on the field, that the wind at their back. So now a good time. They've been setting up a lot of short passing game. Maybe the time you lean on going deep here, get that defensive backfield backed up a bit.
Is that the receiver's sense kicking in?
Oh, yeah, I just want the ball.
Jeremiah Masoli Play action to Sean Thomas Erlington. It's a short pass. It is complete to Jalen Anklin, but that will be a loss on the play for the Tiger Cats.
A lot of these plays so far by Jeremiah is a play fake in the backfield, look to the left, look to the right, short pass game to moderate success. The time that he's had success down the field is take that snap, boom, right away. One read down the field, both to Braylon Addison. And now they're setting up again another second and very long situation.
Yes, 2nd and 15 from their own 38. See what the Tiger Cats call here. Masoli has some time, stays in the pocket, throws near side. He was looking to complete it to Braylon Addison, but Greg Reed, he got over, and he's been a ball hawk in this game. He knocks another one down for the Alouettes. Incomplete.
That Montreal defense played it well. They just hung back about 12, 13 yards, let the play come to them. Mazzoli takes a big hit at the end.
Punting quickly here. Joel Whitford, and that's sending Quan Bray back, and this ball will go out of bounds. Where are they going to say? At the 7-yard line. Matthew Schultz back to quarterback for the Alouettes, so Vernon Adams Jr. still not ready to go. Got his foot stepped on. Can you break a bone in that foot, Mike?
Well, what there is there's lots of little bones that interact with your foot and all the muscles and tendons. So, yeah, you'd hate to see that happen, but it's definitely a possibility.
So Montreal starting deep in their own zone from their own 7. Number 1 offense, William Stanback, number 1 rusher. This time it's a better gain for him. It looked like he might have fumbled that ball, but I think he got it back. Gain of about 7 on first down.
Yeah, it did fumble. It fumbled right forward to one of the teammates there to pick it up. Pretty sure it was Jefferson. Ball came out early.
Keon Julian Grant was able to come up with it. 2nd and 3, now on their own 14. Hamilton defense needs to come up big here. Montreal into the wind. Play action to Stanback. It's a low pass, and Eugene Lewis makes a great catch. That'll be enough for a first down. It was a low pass, had to reach down and catch it.
Lewis, that's a fantastic catch because Schultz got this one away, but he got it away low. Nice job getting that, picking that one up off the turf. Now they've moved from that 7-yard line out to the 20. Times for the Ticat defense to pin their ears back, maybe get a little pressure on Schultz.
Pretty good coverage on that play, too, from Jamal Roll. 3 receivers to the field side. Matthew Schultz hands off to William Stanback. He stutters before he tries to head forward. He goes up the middle, and that was hard work for maybe 3 yards.
Schultz so far controlling this offense with Adams Jr. on the sideline. Little run up the gut there. Santos Knox almost picked that hole perfectly. Stanback sidesteps him, but limits that gain only to a gain of 4.
So now 2nd and 6. Montreal still fairly deep in their own zone. They're on their 24. Matthew Schultz, this loud crowd at Tim Hortons Field makes it hard for the opposition offense. Schultz back to pass. He's got time. He's throwing deep. He's got a man open. It's Quan Bray. He's caught it. And he's across the 40, across the 30, down to the 25, the 20, and just shy of the 15. A huge play for Montreal. Quan Bray catches the pass from Matthew Schultz, and now the Alouettes are threatening to score.
Yeah, you don't want the backup to come in and throw a bomb on you, but that's exactly what happened. There was a bunch of confusion with crossing routes underneath with the Alouettes. I don't know if that confused the Ticats backfield. Adeleke cheeks up a bit, gets caught low. Little step in and go. Great move by Bray as he was looking to come in on an end, stepped and went straight up the field.
68-yard play. You don't see many of those against this Hamilton defense. Now Montreal, who started on their own 7, are now on the Hamilton 18. In the red zone, Matthew Schultz, empty backfield. He's going to pass again. No, he's going to keep it right up the middle, and Tunde Adeleke comes up to tackle him at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, play call there was Kelly coming off the edge, right in the face of Schultz. Schultz saw it the whole way, so kind of stepped inside, used his feet for about a gain of 7.
Ball is on the 10-yard line. They're going to call it 2nd and 2 here for the Alouettes. Vernon Adams Jr. had his foot stepped on. He is on the sidelines, and Matthew Schultz looks like he's orchestrating an outstanding drive for this number 1 offense in the CFL. Schultz has Stanback directly behind him in the I formation. And the handoff goes to Stanback, who tries to go right up the middle into the pile, and he barrels ahead. Maybe got down to the 5 or 6 yard line.
Now they're going to give the Alouettes the first down there. I thought the Cats could have been looking for a legal procedure call. I thought the left side of that line jumped just a bit for the Owls, but no, it's first down, and now first down on the 6.
Yeah, first and goal here for the Alouettes. Tiger Cats lead the game 3-0. We're in the second quarter, midway through the second quarter. Not much offense. Has not been a touchdown yet. Montreal, first and goal from the 6 yard line. Matthew Schultz in at quarterback. Had only thrown 3 passes coming into this game, and that one intended for Jake Winicky. He could not come up with it. Tunde Adeleke was there to break things up.
Oh, that's a nice play call, defensive play call by the Cats. Adeleke comes up showing blitz, but then backs out of it on the top and then just mirrors the receiver coming along. Winicky gets in front of him, and great pass rush up the field. Now 2nd and goal.
First 3 possessions for the Alouettes, they managed only 41 yards. This possession, they've gone 97. So they've figured something out. The big play was the 68-yarder to Quan Bray. 2nd and goal from the Hamilton 6. Matthew Schultz, he's back to pass. The throw, it was a hard one. It is incomplete. It was intended for B.J. Cunningham. Looks like Carriel Brooks was on the coverage, and Montreal is going to have to go for a field goal here, it looks like.
Ticat defense did exactly what they wanted. Schultz has enough time to lay this in, but throws it behind the intended receiver. Carriel Brooks there to get in the way. Nicely done. And that defense saved what could have been 6 points.
So they bend, but don't break. Hamilton leading 3-0. You'd have to think that David Cote, who has had a good rookie year with the Alouettes, hitting 78.9% of his field goals. This short one from 13 yards is good. Tiger Cats tied for first place in the East Division, playing an East Division foe, Montreal. It is 3-3 with just under 7 minutes to go in the half. Montreal fresh off their first points of the game. A short field goal for David Cote, just a 13-yarder, easy chip shot. That tied the game. And Montreal will kick it off. So Cote out there, and Frankie Williams back to return this kickoff. Kicking into the wind. Williams floats up to his 25 to catch the football. Cuts to his left. Going along the sideline. Stays in bounds. Cuts again, and he ran out of room. He was just too close to the sideline, and Montreal was able to angle him out. It might have been the kicker Cote who was in on that tackle. But pretty good field position here for Hamilton.
Yeah, excellent field position now. They're going to be inside Montreal's territory here. They got the wind at their back. They got time on the clock leading into halftime. Good opportunity to put some points on the board.
Tiger Cats on the Montreal 50 with the wind. Tiger Cats starting from the Montreal 50. Play action. Mazzoli going deep, and it will be over the head of Jalen Anklin, and it's incomplete. Maybe that wind playing a factor again.
Wind did play a factor, but you like the play call. It does push that defensive backfield back. As Mazzoli looks to catch the snap, looks right downfield. Had a chance.
2nd and 10 here for the Tiger Cats. The offense has not had a lot going. A missed field goal and a made field goal for Taylor Bertolette. It is 3-3 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the half. Mazzoli, empty backfield. Low snap, he's able to catch it and complete it to Addison, who will be across the 30-yard line, and a big gain for the Tiger Cats, a first down. Oh, there is a flag in the Hamilton backfield, though.
Yeah, this one's going to go against the Ticats. Take away a really good play down the field again to Addison.
Holding Hamilton, number 59. 10-yard penalty. Repeat. 2nd down.
Okay, Okafor called for holding.
It's too bad. It's just, these plays will happen. You're going to get penalties. It's just when do you do them you got to do them there's never a good time, but there's a better time than what happened right there.
Yeah, so they were on the Montreal 50. Now Tiger Cats are on their own 50. It's 2nd and 20.
Get an injury. Somebody on the knee right now is Kay Okafor, who's down. That brings Gibbon into the game, or soon to be.
So Jesse Gibbon comes in. It's the first game for Coulter Woodmansey as well, the former Guelph star on that offensive line. Said he hasn't started a game since back in 2019 when he was with Guelph.
It's going to be interesting here where they end up rotating guys as Gibbon comes in. Is he going to replace Okafor at left tackle? Are they going to move somebody over? Right now we're getting a look at, looks like Murray potentially going from right tackle to left tackle, and Gibbon moving into the right tackle position.
Jordan Murray, 6'9", 325 pounds. He is always easy to spot out there. Hamilton 1 for 7 on 2nd down conversions today. This is a long one. 2nd and 20 from their own 50. Masoli, he steps back, looks up the middle, throws, looking near side. Stephen Dunbar Jr. It was tight coverage. Taekwon Glass was there and knocked it down. It's incomplete. And now Hamilton will have to punt again.
Just making it really, really easy on this Montreal defense. Anytime you're in a 2nd and more than 10, I mean, you've got a difficult time moving the ball down the field, especially when the defense just backs up and lets you attempt to pass in front.
Joel Whitford just inside his own 40. Good kick. That sends Greg Reed back to his own 5. Makes a move, broke a tackle on Des Lawrence and got just shy of the 20. So after breaking the tackle, didn't get much more, and not great starting field position for the Alouettes, although that didn't stop them last time.
No, they took it from the 7 all the way down, marched down the field, ended up getting the field goal to tie this game up at 3-all. Ticat defense looking to stop Montreal on their end, especially with Schultz in the game. You get the backup in. You want to not make it easy on them, and you also want to give your offense better field position coming out, although they haven't been able to do much with it.
Is this the start you expected from both of these offenses?
It's not the start I expected from Hamilton, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And with Schultz in, it's a better.
Hamilton, number 58. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down, Montreal.
We just got another penalty call here. Legal man downfield. So the ball gets moved just outside the 20, but back to the offense for the Alouettes. The last drive was the best of the game, obviously, on either side of the ball, and Schultz looked very comfortable, led by a big play down the field. Haven't seen a lot of that on the Ticat offensive side, so they are regrouping there on the sidelines. They got the whole team there. Offensive lineman sitting down, and everybody else trying to say, okay, let's get it.
Yeah, let's figure it out. Matthew Schultz on his own 21. 5 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the half. It's a 3-3 ball game. Low-scoring game between these two East Division rivals. Hamilton won the first game in Montreal, 27-10. A pitch over to William Stanback, and he's got a bit of a hole. He's tough to bring down. Got into the secondary of the Tiger Cats, and it's a first down for Montreal.
You're not going to completely stop a guy like Stanback or this offense that knows how to move the football. But when you're defending deep in the opponent's territory, you want to not give up those big runs now. The ball's sitting out on the 32, almost 33-yard line.
11-yard gain on that pitch. Now on the 32, Schultz has Winicky cut in front of him. Normand cuts in front of him. And the handoff goes to Stanback. He's got some blocking help from Winicky and Normand, but there's Cam Kelly in there, as well as Simone Lawrence, who brings Stanback down, and then Stanback pushes Simone Lawrence over.
No flags that I see. No, Simone likes to play, have a little fun as well. Has a quick chat with the referee, but great rally to the football there, limit that gain. It's going to be 2nd and 8. It's a long 8. The Ticat defense looking to stuff the Alouettes deep in their end.
Williams stand back, 7 carries for 31 yards. He averages about 6.5 yards per carry. Hasn't been able to do that against the Tiger Cats. 2nd and 8. Montreal on their own 34. Well, Matthew Schultz in at quarterback. He's back to pass, and he is brought down. He is sacked. Getting to him was Cam Kelly. Gets the sack for the Tiger Cats. Big play by the defense.
Oh, that's a tremendous play. Cam Kelly, the one to get in the backfield, but that's set up a lot just by the scheme. That defense putting 5 in the box. Hauser's going to drop out early, and then Kelly's going to come off the right tackle side, and it just creates that misdirection. Right tackle's got 2 choices, picks the inside one, and a big sack.
Offense not moving the ball much. Zima's punt. Frankie Williams catches it at his own 50, makes a move, and he's stopped right at midfield by the Montreal special teams. There's 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the half, and Hamilton would love to get this offense rolling before the end of the half.
Yeah, you look at the field position they've had throughout this game. They had a really deep field position on the fumble punt early in the first quarter. They've had the ball at their own 45. They've had the ball inside Alouettes territory, and now are taking the ball again just inside the Alouettes at the 54-yard line. So they've definitely had the position to put points on the board, yet it's still a 3-3 ball game.
And bad news here for the Tiger Cats. On the field is Frankie Williams. He's being looked at, hasn't got up after being tackled.
Yeah, he certainly went right into the teeth of that punt team and just got rolled up a bit.
Trey Watson threw the big hit. Frankie Williams, leading punt returner in the CFL, 2nd in all-purpose yards. Frankie Williams has been a big part, especially against Montreal in Game 3 of the season. It seemed all Hamilton's points came off great returns from Frankie Williams. No doubt Montreal has watched the tape on that game.
Absolutely. He's a guy that has provided momentum, certainly, you know, in 2019, and he's continued in 2021 and done a nice job always, you know, getting extra yards on punt and kickoff return teams, playing great defense. And so with him down here, that's going to change a bit of a shake-up in the defense, which is probably most important. And he just got stood up. There's just nowhere to go on the inside.
So now Frankie is up, and he looks like he's moving all right as he, under his own power, heads to the sidelines. So that's the good news. We will wait and see if Frankie Williams can come back in this game, such an important part of special teams. And like you said, Mike, so important on defense as well. It does get overlooked, his defensive play, with how good he is as a returner. Hamilton on their own 54, just shy of midfield. A pass to Jalen Acklin. It's complete. He got to the 45, might be a yard short of the first down.
Oh, just got to love that quick game, that in Mazzoli's hands, out of Mazzoli's hands right away, throwing the ball right over the guard or tackle. Another big first down game.
And they're playing fast, or wanted to anyway. They whistle this one down. So there's a timeout called. We will take one as well. It is 3-3 late in the first half. 3-minute warning between the Ticats and the Alouettes. 3-3 Hamilton. 2nd and 1 on the Montreal 45. RJ Broadhead and Mike Morreale. A low-scoring first half to call. Jeremiah Mazzoli in shotgun. And he hands off to Thomas Erlington, who will weave his way past Monchedrick Hunter. Enough for the first down. Looks like he got to the Montreal 39.
Yeah, it's a nice play as we see Frankie Williams head into the locker room. Probably get an early look at what's going on, but walking off his own free will and looking pretty good as this offense needs to continue this drive now. Ball sitting on the Montreal Alouette 40-yard line.
I was slightly optimistic with the 31. So a fresh set of downs here. Combined offense between the two teams, 221 yards. It's been all defense in this one. Morreale trying to change that. Going end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Tiger Cats. It's Tim White. A beautiful play. Huge throw from Morreale and a touchdown catch by Tim White.
Just a tremendous throw here by Morreale. Great catch by White. Don't be surprised if Kahari Jones doesn't throw a challenge flag at the very end of this play. Tim White gets caught up with the defender. Looks like he pulls him down. Again, the call on the field is a catch and a touchdown. Great catch. Looks like the defender may have just fallen. If that's the case, there will be no challenge flag thrown, as Najee Murray was on the defense, but...
No, you're right, Mike. Montreal is challenging. Tim White, if it stands, that will put him in a tie for the touchdown lead for the Tiger Cats with Sean Thomas Erlington, Stephen Dunbar, and Simone Lawrence. Oh, boy.
Depending on how they want to call this, I mean...
We got to look at the replay, and it looks like there is a
He tugs on that jersey. I mean, that's tough to... That's tough to say he didn't put any contact. Generally speaking, if there's a little bump and run and you're moving and the guy falls down his own, one thing, you grab that hold of that cloth. My gut tells me this one's coming back.
Pretty talented by Tim White to be able to do that and still dive and catch the football, but we'll wait and see what the ruling is. Tim White, just another threat that has emerged on this Hamilton offense. They've had a couple of big yardage plays on offense. One to Braylon Addison. That was brought back for a penalty, and now we'll see what happens on this Tim White play. Here's the call.
After review, we have offensive pass interference. Hamilton, number 12. It's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Hate to tell you, RJ, but I thought I saw that one coming. It was a pretty catch, pretty throw. You got to go back to if you're the Ticats. Nothing wrong with that. We call this chicken fighting, hand fighting down the field, right? Both guys are going at it. The problem is defender lays off the receiver. Receiver pulls him down with the left hand. Great move to adjust back to the football. Tremendous catch, but all for naught.
Kahari Jones fist pump in the air after winning that challenge. What a difference that makes. Would have been the first touchdown of the game. Instead, Hamilton is pushed back to the Montreal 50. So 1st and 20 here for the Tiger Cats. Just under 2.5 minutes to go in the half. The pass is complete to Jalen Acklin on the far side. He will get just past the original line of scrimmage on first down.
But good play for first and really long. That's a gain of about 12 on that. So now 2nd and 8. So you got a chance here. You're not back 2nd and 20. The ball's within field goal range, so you're feeling pretty good. But you want to put up 7.
Now on the Montreal 38. This is around the spot where the Tiger Cats were when Morreale connected with Tim White. Let's see if they go to the end zone again. Morreale wants to pass, rolls to his left, looking for someone open, gets to the line of scrimmage, throws up the middle and bounces it just in front of Braylon Addison. It is incomplete. There is a flag in the Montreal secondary.
Yeah, this is going to go, I think Murray will get the call this time. Defensive pass interference down the field against Braylon Addison. We'll listen for the call. That's where the flag was thrown in that general area.
Montreal, number 12. It's a 10-yard penalty, first down.
So Hamilton gets those 10 yards back on the penalty, although the result would have been a lot better had they not taken the offensive pass interference. It would have been a touchdown for Tim White. Here now, the Tiger Cats with just over 2 minutes to go. They're on the Montreal 28, trying to take the lead going into the half. 5th penalty of the half for Montreal. They took a ton of penalties against Toronto last week, too. It's been a problem for the Alouettes. It's a handoff to Braylon Addison, who gets to the outside, breaks a couple of tackles. He's going to be close to the first down inside the 20.
Yeah, for those that haven't seen Braylon Addison playing a bit with the year off and then going back to 2019, he can play, and he can play all over the field. I would rank him as the top receiver on this Ticat team, and we know the type of receivers are out there, including Brandon Banks. There's something about this guy. He just has an all-round game. He's tough. He's strong. He can bounce off tackles, makes big catches.
Huge addition. It's his first game of the year, back in the lineup after a knee injury. Now on the 18, Masoli, empty backfield. He's under pressure, and the Alouettes have him, and they've pushed him back to the Alouettes' 30. So they might have pushed him back about 12 yards here.
Couple inopportune sacks taken, both times within scoring distance. This time backs it up again. 2nd and 18. Still a chance, but...
Sorry, Mike. Jamal Davis, the rookie out of Akron, with that sack. So 2nd and 18. The ball is on the 26, so they did say he was down before he got to the 30. Empty backfield for Masoli. He's throwing and throws to the near side. It's caught by Tim White. He gets inside the 20, and this will be really close to the first down.
Well, if it was 2nd and 10, but it was 2nd and 20, RJ. So they got 3rd and 10 here in front of them. It's going to be a hard one to get to.
Yeah, you're right. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Yes.
There's been a lot of action happening today.
Yep.
None of it very good, but they got a chance here to go take the lead with 1:22 left in the first half. Chance to put another 3 on the board.
So this is a 26-yarder here for Taylor Bertolette. Just over a minute to go in the half. Bertolette ready to go. Here's the snap. It's down. The kick is up, and it is good. From 26 yards, Taylor Bertolette hits, and the Tiger Cats take the lead again. 6-3 with a minute to go in the opening half.
Get a chance to see Schultz again as Vernon Adams out.
Yeah, that's a big loss for the Montreal Alouettes. He had his foot stepped on. He was under pressure by the Tiger Cats. That's Vernon Adams Jr. leading the league in touchdown passes. And Matthew Schultz has been in, although he was the one who led the Alouettes on their best drive. That led to their field goal, a short 13-yard chip shot. Minute to go. Let's see what Schultz and the Alouettes can do. They're starting on their own 35. 4 receivers to the field side, and they start in motion. Hand off to William Stanback, and he cuts to the right. Gets some blocking help from those receivers and muscles his way up to the Montreal 45, and that will be very close to a first down.
One good thing the Cats did was keep him in bounds, so the clock will start to run once they get the whistle here. 2nd and very short. See what will happen. Still a good opportunity to take a chance. Because the ball does, if it does go incomplete down the field, you throw down there, at least you get the stop of the clock.
Montreal into the win. Under center is Schultz. 2nd and inches. Schultz holds and looks like he'll have enough. They didn't need much, and he didn't get much, but he does get the first down.
Little second effort there, got him that extra half a yard to move the chains. Now they go into a very quick hurry-up offense. Ticat defense looking to the sidelines, trying to get the read. Figure out how they're going to play this here with 32 seconds on the clock.
Montreal on their own 46. Schultz looks left, now up the middle. He is going deep. He's got a receiver. It's Jake Winicky. It's caught at the Hamilton 34-yard line. He goes out of bounds, so a big gain for the Alouettes and a heads-up play by Jake Winicky to make sure that clock would be stopped.
Yeah, it's a really good gain. A bit of a breakdown there. Is it just a corner route? Nicely thrown football, but had great separation, Winicky, and he got it around, stopped the clock. Ball on the 34, like you said, of the Ticats. First down and 10, 20 seconds to go. You have 3 legitimate plays here, depending on how you run the football.
30-yard gain on that play. Matthew Schultz, he's really been successful against this Hamilton defense. It's a quarterback keeper. He goes right up the middle, and he is caught by Jovan Santos Knox, but he does get across the 25-yard line.
14 seconds. Clock will start running here, and not unless Alouettes called a timeout, which they do.
Enough time for 2 plays?
I think that was the purpose here. Let's get 2 plays out. If it's a run play, you're in a little bit of trouble because the clock's going to run once they set. But with 14 seconds, that's a lifetime if played well.
Yeah, that's right. So Hamilton leading the football game 6-3. No touchdowns in the opening half. Montreal has a chance to change that. 14 seconds on the clock. They're on the Hamilton 26-yard line. This Hamilton defense has been the backbone of the team all season long. They need a big stop here. Matthew Schultz has come in relief of the injured Vernon Adams Jr. and has been very, very good. It is an empty backfield as Schultz is in the shotgun. Steps back to pass, looks to his right. Now he'll roll to his right. Looks like he's going to hang on to this. There's a flag on the play, and Schultz was looking for the first down. He'll have enough for it if this flag is not against Montreal. But it is a holding call against the Alouettes.
Yeah, that was that good pressure, and then Schultz having to get out of the pocket caused the Alouette tackle to hold. So that's what the Ticats needed. Sometimes you don't have to get there yourself. You just got to put the pressure enough to cause the opponent to make a mistake. Now it's 2nd and 12, 7 seconds left.
Schultz still out there for the Alouettes.
I think you'd take a shot right now with that much time on the clock and hope you have a second or 2 left for the field goal.
So 7 seconds to go in the half. Ball on the Hamilton 36. Here's the snap. The throw goes to the right, and it was one hopper to Eugene Lewis. He was right near the sideline. They were hoping to get a few more yards. They will not. So the ball will be spotted at the 36, and David Cote will come out to try to even this game.
Yeah, this looks like about a 41-yarder, 42-yarder as they get set up right now. Be the last play of the first half, and hasn't been great. Has not been a lot of fireworks other than what we had to start the game, literally.
Yes,
here at
the
Tim
real
Hortons Field.
fireworks.
Yes.
Yeah. So 43-yard field goal attempt for David Cote. He's 1 for 1 in the game. The snap, the kick, it's up into the wind. It's short, and Brandon Banks trying to return it. He did make sure it got out of the end zone. He kind of fumbled with it a bit, but was able to fall on it. And that's the end of the first half. So David Cote, that wind's maybe stronger than we thought. From 43 yards, he came up short. After the half, it is 6-3. Tiger Cats leading the Alouettes in a low-scoring game.
Ticats Audio Network.
Welcome back to Tim Hortons Field, getting set for the second half. Not much scoring in the first half. 6-3, Tiger Cats lead. They open the scoring for the 7th time in their 8 games. Vernon Adams Jr. was out testing that foot. We'll have to see if he's able to come in, but that was not what we expected from this healthy Hamilton offense.
Yeah, the offense has certainly been playing kind of behind where they should be at this particular point as we get the opening kickoff of the second half.
And back to get it was David Ungerer. No Frankie Williams. He was injured, but this is a nice return by Ungerer, a spin move, and he gets up past the 45-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Ungerer there. Great field position once again. And now we can look and see what this Ticat offense is going to be set to do as they get the ball in their own 45, wind at their back. This is the third quarter that you want to really pile on your opponent and then let them have to chase you come the fourth.
You're right, Mike. We saw David Cote miss a 42-yard field goal that just died at the end of the half. So with the wind is where you want to take advantage of things. Masoli's pass is caught by Tim White. That'll be a gain of maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, that ball tipped just beyond the line of scrimmage. Great job by Tim White adjusting. The football had to go down to his knees to catch it. Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5.
RJ Broadhead along with Mike Morreale. Early second half between the Tiger Cats and the Alouettes. Tiger Cats have won 4 of their last 5 games, 11 in a row in the regular season here at Tim Hortons Field. Some miscommunication. Masoli tried to hand off to Tim White. It didn't work, so Masoli hangs on to it, and he's going to get the first down. And after the play, a late flag came in.
Yeah, we got a chance to see where this flag came from. Looks like it's going to go against Montreal, but Masoli, you're right. Looked to hand off to Tim White, pulled it back, and good heads-up play, taking it down for a big gain.
Montreal, number 12, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Now Jay Murray has been in the middle of a lot of things in this game, this time unnecessary roughness. That's a huge penalty against Montreal.
Yeah, that moves the ball well into Montreal territory now. It's on the 38-yard line. So great start to the third quarter offense. However you can move the ball, you move the football.
With the wind, you'd think at least a field goal. Masoli under center. Fakes the handoff to Brandon Banks, throws, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver was Stephen Dunbar, and Patrick Levels and Monchandrick Hunter celebrating after that incompletion.
Yeah, the play looked like it had a chance. The problem is Masoli holds onto it so long as the receiver comes from the opposite field, gives time for the Alouette defender just to fall off his man and wait on the inside. That ball thrown just inside the intended receiver. Now 2nd and 10.
Tim White comes back into the ball game. 4 receivers head out to the field side. Jeremiah Masoli in the shotgun from the Montreal 38. Masoli will pass to the near side. It's Sean Thomas Erlington. Past the 30, he's hit hard by Greg Reed and kept on going, and he's going to be right near that first down stick. And it looks like it is a first down for the Tiger Cats, so they keep moving up.
A short side throw to the field. Thomas Erlington out of the backfield puts his head down enough to get the first down. So again, move the chains, give yourself a chance. Ball inside the 30.
On the Montreal 28. Jeremiah Masoli back to work. He's going to go under center again. Sean Thomas Erlington in the backfield. Masoli, he's going to pass, hits Brandon Banks. Has to make a move, gets around Greg Reed, and now has his leg tied up by Chris Hankey, and he can't get much further. Maybe a loss of 1 on that play.
Trying to set up a little wide receiver screen back to the short side. Had all the offensive linemen chasing out there, looking to block. The problem is Banks couldn't get going as one of the Alouettes defenders slipped one of the early blocks by the receiver, got inside, held his foot.
So 2nd and long. Ball on the Montreal 28. Hamilton leads this game 6-3. We're early in the second half. Jeremiah Masoli, a quick word with Sean Thomas Erlington. And there's plenty of movement prior to the snap. The flags fly. Woody Barron was up near Masoli.
It's Woodmansey.
5-yard penalty remains, 2nd down.
Woodmansey just got a little lean back, dropped that 1 foot, and enough to trigger the offside call.
His first CFL start. So now 2nd and 15 for the Tiger Cats. They keep getting pushed back here. Now on the Montreal 33. They do have the win, so a field goal still an option. They'd love to get more. There hasn't been a touchdown in this football game yet. We're into the third quarter. Masoli is going to keep, spins away from the initial trouble. Darius Pickett right there, as was Chris Hankey, and they bring Masoli down. He maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage, but in comes the kicking team to try for a field goal here.
Well, in a game of field goals, that was a big miss by the Alouettes at the end of the first half, keeping the score at 6-3. Chance now for the Cats to put another 3 on the board and have a 6-point differential. And if no one's scoring touchdowns, that's a pretty good place to be.
Yes. Ball on, looks like the 37-yard line, 36-yard field goal attempt they're calling it. Bertolette 2 for 3. The ball is up, and it is good. So Bertolette hits from 36 yards and extends the Tiger Cats lead on the first possession of the second half. Back at Tim Hortons Field, I'm RJ Broadhead with Mike Morreale. Montreal's first possession of the second half. They're down 9-3. Tiger Cats have the lead, but some good news for Montreal. Vernon Adams Jr. is back in there. He missed most of the first half after getting his foot stepped on, but Matthew Schultz was very good. Delayed run here for William Stanback, and that delay didn't help at all. Dylan Wynn and that defensive line, they form a wall and give Stanback maybe half a yard.
Yeah, we talked about Schultz coming in for Vernon Adams. Vernon started the game, went for 3 for 3. Schultz came in 4 of 7 for 108 yards, and now it's Vernon Adams' chance to get back and see what he can do and see how he reacts with that sore foot.
Montreal on their own 36, 2nd and 9 yards to go. Adams back to pass, stays in the pocket, has time, and he threw it to Keon Julian Grant. He couldn't hang on. The coverage was excellent by Des Lawrence. It's incomplete, and that will be the punt team coming on the field for the Alouettes.
And Ticats get a break here as Grant is great position, wide open. This ball is perfectly thrown right into the breadbasket. Sometimes the hardest place to catch the football is when it hits you kind of around waist level because you don't know whether to go low with your hands, turn them upside down. That time there, Grant gets caught in between.
Montreal, 5th time they've had to punt today. Joseph Zima getting lots of work into the wind, and David Ungerer handling the return duties. Frankie Williams was injured, so he has not returned to this football game, and Ungerer will be able to get it just beyond the Hamilton 40-yard line, maybe to the 41. It's a 9-3 lead for the Tiger Cats. We're in the third quarter at Tim Hortons Field. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats lead the Alouettes 9-3. Tiger Cats defense, they've allowed 10 points in the last 6 quarters. You can't ask much more from a defense. Only 3 points for Montreal. They came in with that big offense. Vernon Adams did get hurt. He is back now in the second half. Hamilton, they've got Masoli healthy, Banks healthy, Addison healthy, but they haven't been able to get a touchdown either. All field goals in this game. Masoli looking to pass this time. He's in the pocket, and he is looking deep. He's got a receiver. It's Stephen Dunbar, and he caught it. He's down at the 10-yard line. Huge play for the Tiger Cats. They finally go deep, and Masoli connects with Dunbar.
Just a great shot here by Mazzoli. Play action fake in the back, and he's going there the whole way from the get-go. Dunbar gets a couple of yards, couple steps on the defender, but does an incredible job laying out for the football that is perfectly thrown right down the field.
Biggest gain of the game for the Tiger Cats, 56 yards. 1st and goal from the Montreal 13. Masoli hands off to Sean Thomas Erlington. Oh, he's into the end zone, but he's fumbled the ball. He dives on it. Ball still loose, and now it looks like Thomas Erlington got it back. It is a touchdown, Tiger Cats. Unconventional, not how Thomas Erlington wanted it to go, but he gets the touchdown regardless, and the Tiger Cats extend their lead 15-3, and we await the convert.
Oh, wow. This looked great at the start and a little wonky at the end, but it finished up excellent as that opened wide. He dropped that ball at about the 4-yard line, but credit to Sean Thomas Erlington, who kept chasing it down, and now the offense is staying on the field for the 2-point conversion, trying to make this right now. It's 15-3, trying to bring it up to a 2-score game.
Sean Thomas Erlington gets the touchdown. Now the 2-point conversion. Jeremiah Masoli looks to his right, throws. Braylon Addison has the football. It's good. They get the 2-point conversion. It's 17-3 for the Tiger Cats. Huge play for Hamilton. They get going in the third quarter. It was a matter of time, but a couple of big passes from Jeremiah Masoli and an 8-point drive for Hamilton. They lead 17-3. Tiger Cats kick off, and it was Cameron Artis-Payne who received the ball at about his own goal line, ran it to his own 22, so that's where Montreal's offense takes over. Their own 22, Play action to William Stanback. Vernon Adams passing for Jake Winicky, and it was nearly picked off. Tunde Adeleke came very, very close to the interception.
No, he did a great job separating the player and the ball in that play as Winicky came up the field. It was a quick kind of second-level throw. Adeleke with the blow, separating the player from the ball. Nicely done. And you always get the sense that after a big play in this stadium, that whatever it is, with the offense, primarily the defense, they really feed off of this. And here's a great opportunity at second and long to shut down the Alouettes offense.
Alouettes still on their own 22-yard line. 2nd and 10. Vernon Adams back to pass again, has time, that's running out, has to do a short pass to Eugene Lewis, their leading receiver coming into the game, and he was limited to 6 yards in the opening half and didn't get many there. It will be 3rd down and about 4 or 5 yards, so the punt team's coming on again for Montreal.
Defense stepping up right now in the second half. Vernon Adams back in the football game, but not really having anywhere to look down the field. Nice job setting up the 3rd and 5. Now a punt situation and a great opportunity for great field position again.
Joseph Zima standing on his own 12-yard line. David Ungerer back to return this kick. He's done a good job returning kicks for the injured Frankie Williams. Pretty good kick from Zima into the wind. That'll send Ungerer back to his 35. Stumbles as he tries to make a step, and that allows the Montreal special teams to close the gap and bring him down. So Hamilton will start from about their 35. They lead the football game 17-3. We will be back on the Ticats Audio Network. Back at Tim Hortons Field, RJ Broadhead and Mike Morreale. Tiger Cats will start from their own 38. Last possession, they got a touchdown on the 82nd play of the game. Took 82 plays before we got our first touchdown in this game.
It took a while, but now you look at the point differential of 14, and this game has opened up quite quickly.
Tough to score on this Hamilton defense, even with this high-powered Montreal offense. We know Vernon Adams isn't at 100%. Empty backfield for Jeremiah Masoli, and it's the receiver handoff. Tim White and Montreal, they were on top of it. They gathered him up, and it will be a minimal gain, possibly a loss. Looks like they're going to put him back about a half a yard as a loss.
Yeah, the Alouette defense really rallied to that play, weren't fooled whatsoever. You know, we talked about the Cats with the wind in the 3rd quarter, wanting to make, a point here to separate yourself. They've done that at 14, but they need to put a few more points on the board as the Alouettes will have the wind in the 4th.
4 receivers to the field side. It's an empty backfield for Jeremiah Masoli. Pass goes up the middle. It's tipped and goes incomplete. Tim White trying to catch it off that tip. Couldn't do it. There is a flag down.
Yeah, waiting to see what happens here. Could be holding. If so, it'd be declined. Offense is still hanging around.
Looked like Jesse Gibbon lost his helmet on the play.
Yeah, this going against the Alouettes might be a hand to the face, and then perhaps that's why we couldn't get the call up here. But that gives the Cats some life. 2nd and 1.
On their own 47. In comes David Watford, the hero from the last 2 games for the Tiger Cats, both victories. Let's see what David Watford can do. He's up under center, trying to get the first down. Runs to the near side around the defensive line. He's going to get way more than he needed, down to almost the Montreal 40. There is another flag in the Hamilton backfield, yes.
C9, 10-yard penalty.
This one is coming back, going against Murray with the hold. And that negates a really nice look off the edge by Watford on that 2nd and short. Now 10-yard penalty brings them back to 2nd and 11. So a time here, 5:47 on the clock. You're really going to want to take advantage of the wind at your back. Got to get a first down.
Yo-yoing close to the first down. Now it's 2nd and long on their own 37. Jeremiah Masoli back in at quarterback. To his right is Sean Thomas Erlington. They need 11 yards for the first down. Masoli stays in the pocket, throwing deep to the far side. He's got Tim White, who was trying to track it down. It hung up in the wind. Just too far. He couldn't catch up to it. It's incomplete.
Interesting play call, going for the whole shooting match there. Thought they had a matchup on the outside. Nonetheless, punting now as they rush out. There's a couple times today they've really tried to catch the Alouettes on a quick punt formation.
Yes. And even the Tiger Cats weren't prepared. Tim White was jogging off and the sideline yelling at him to hurry up. Joel Whitford, low end over end kick. Greg Reed lets it bounce once and takes it at his own 12. Up to the 20, and he's upended there by Stavros Katsantonis. This special teams for the Tiger Cats has been impressive. They'll spot that ball at the Montreal 19. So, again, the Alouettes will have tough field position to begin. A 60-yard punt for Joel Whitford, and there's a little gathering on the field in front of that Montreal sideline.
Special teams will do that to you. There's a lot of action going on once that ball goes in the air. Back and forth, these guys are teeing off on one another, and a lot of collisions and get-go. We got the Alouettes setting up here. Ball's going to be placed around the 19-yard line. 5 minutes, 14 seconds on the clock. So if you're the Ticat defense, what you're trying to do here is get a stop with enough time remaining that your offense can take a nice gradual march down the field. You know, again, seeing how they played in this third quarter, the defense has come out strong. There's a good opportunity for the Cats to get the ball back, good field position, but it all starts with the first couple defensive plays.
And the defense has been so good this year. Second, averaging 17 points against per game. Winnipeg, the only team better, so they're tops. The Tiger Cats are in the East Division. Tiger Cats have won 4 of their last 5. Alouettes have lost 4 of their last 5. Going in the opposite direction, having lost 2 in a row. Definitely a better team than that record shows. But Montreal does have 3 more games remaining against Ottawa. Now, Ottawa looked pretty good against Edmonton this week. But Montreal beat them pretty handily in their first meeting. And the schedule with 3 more games against Ottawa, that would be, if you're the Alouettes, you're looking at those as winnable games.
Yeah, and if you're the Ticats, you're saying, okay, we need to get our W here today because, you know, there's a good chance that Montreal's got an easier road ahead of them, and you want to keep that distance as much as you can.
Absolutely, Mike. So on their 19, that's where the Alouettes will start. Vernon Adams, empty backfield. Pass goes to Eugene Lewis. They're trying to get him more involved, and he'll be near the first down. Looks like he got about 9 yards.
Just keeping an eye on Vernon Adams, that left foot. He keeps picking it up, putting it down. You can tell it is not feeling great. We've never, at least since he's got back into this game, seen him have to escape out of the pocket. So we don't know the extent of that injury on his running game. Now Schultz comes in here on 2nd and short.
Montreal on their own 28. Schultz now goes under center. Here's the snap, and Schultz battles his way to the 30, and that will be a first down for Montreal.
Yeah, we talked about what the Hamilton defense needs to do, and they've given up this first down, so these chains will move. That'll take time off the clock. They were hoping to get that 2 and out, get the ball back right away, force 15 and counting. If you're Montreal, you're trying to just maintain, take time off the clock. You know you got the wind in the fourth quarter, but you want to score into the wind if you can and let Hamilton go from a long field. So here's an important play.
That was the first down for Montreal this half. Vernon Adams back in. Fakes the handoff to Stanback and somehow got the pass into Jake Winicky for 4 or 5 yards. That was tight coverage.
Very tight coverage, and we're not seeing a lot of that motion out of Vernon Adams in the pocket. So he's kind of catching and throwing. That one there is a short one over the middle. That pretty good gain. 2nd and 5.
4 receivers to the field side. Vernon Adams, loud crowd at Tim Hortons Field, so he's doing hand signals, taps his foot, gets the snap, wants to pass, throws to the field side. It is complete to Quan Bray, and he has the first down for Montreal.
That was a long throw into the wind to the far sidelines to get that first down, but they are doing what they intended to do. The clock now dipping under 3 minutes. First down, ball on the 42.
It's a 17-3 lead for the Tiger Cats. Third quarter. Handoff is faked to stand back. Vernon Adams rolling to his right. He's brought down by Simone Lawrence. The ball came loose. Jagera Davis picks it up, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown for the Tiger Cats. The defense has done it again. Simone Lawrence creates the fumble. Jagera Davis gets the touchdown, and Hamilton extends the lead. Another defensive touchdown for the third straight game.
This is going to be interesting, RJ. I'm pretty sure that they're going to call Vernon Adams Jr. down on this play. There is no flag. There's nothing there. But as he gets taken down, he's definitely down by contact. And that's an automatic overturn of the call from the command center. But great defense. Simone Lawrence getting in there quickly.
Yeah, they didn't whistle it down on the field, and the referee indicated the official indicated a touchdown. So the command center overrules, and the bad news here for the Tiger Cats is Jagera Davis is down.
Now, I don't want to speculate here, but sometimes on these change of possessions, turnovers that get called back or there's a penalty, sometimes you tell your big men, just hit the turf for a little bit. Just give everybody a breather. So, tough to say at this point because he's going to sell it. Well, Julian Hauser's got a smile on his face, so I'm going to roll with my gut instinct on this one.
The inside secrets of football with Mike Morreale.
The only problem is Davis has got to come out for a few plays. That's the only downside to that scenario. But if you look at the down and distance right now, 2nd and 20, and the Alouettes still have the ball deep in their end.
So it looked like the defense had struck again, getting another touchdown, but Vernon Adams was down before he dropped the ball. Jagera Davis was the one who brought it into the end zone. So he's up, and he's getting off under his own power. And Patrick Levels is over there having some words, and Simone Lawrence pushes him away. Levels was the one talking before this game about how he wasn't happy that the Tiger Cats, in his mind, he thought they ran up that score in the opening game in Montreal with that late touchdown.
Yeah, sometimes players especially guys that are coming off the bench with masks on, just need to sit down and play the game. Let it happen on the field.
It's like Simone Lawrence knew that was going to happen. He was on the right side of Jagera Davis and would not let Levels near him. So here's the scenario, 2nd and 17, Montreal on their own 33. The crowd getting loud again. 4 receivers in motion, field side. That's initially where Adams wanted to go. Instead, he makes the short pass to Jeshron Antwi, and he will get up near the original line of scrimmage, but there is a flag in the backfield.
And I think this is going to be roughing the passer.
Hamilton, number 91. It's a 15-yard penalty.
Bad decision.
First down.
Eddie Wilson.
And see what happens? Jagera Davis goes down again for whatever reason. In comes
Eddie Wilson.
And what Eddie Wilson takes the roughing the passer. These are it's amazing how these things within a game happen, and it could change potentially a major part of what happens next.
This is really helping out Montreal. They're now on the Hamilton 53. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. They're into the wind. Vernon Adams running out of time. He's got the bad foot, but he does make a completion to William Stanback, and that'll be a gain of about 5 yards.
Oh, you hear Simone Lawrence always around the football, and always happens to be around the microphone for some reason, because you get to hear a lot of talking out of Simone. For the amount of talking he does, I can't believe he can still play the game. He just goes, and he's like the Energizer Bunny, and comes to play every single play.
Well, he hit Stanback hard. Just as he caught that football, the timing was perfect. Vernon Adams trying to direct traffic. The hand signals, play action, pump fake, He's done it all. Now he does throw deep, and it's intercepted. Carriel Brooks with the interception. Tiger Cats defense does it again. That is the third interception of the season for Carriel Brooks. That leads the team, and the defense once again stops Montreal as it looked like they might have had something cooking.
Well, that's going to be one of the more easier interceptions for Carriel Brooks. This is a play Eugene Lewis. He messes up his quarterback. It's supposed to be a hitch and go, and then he goes, and then he stops. And the minute he stops, he just allows Carriel Brooks to hang back there. Easy pick. Bad decision by the Montreal receiver, putting his quarterback in that position.
Jeremiah Masoli, the handoff, and working just past the 10-yard line to get maybe a yard or two is Sean Thomas Erlington.
So here's an interesting position on the football field. You got the wind at your back, 40 seconds and counting. It's 2nd and long, 2nd and 8 here. So do you take a shot now, or do you try and get the first down and then take a shot while you still have the wind, because you're deep in your own territory in the 11-yard line?
14-point lead for the Tiger Cats. Jeremiah Masoli gets Sean Thomas Erlington to switch sides. Masoli rolls to his right, throws up the middle. It is knocked down by Monchedrick Hunter. So that will bring on the punt team, and maybe the good news here, Mike, is they'll be able to punt with the wind.
Exactly.
Yes.
You got to look at the silver lining sometime. They left enough time on the clock to at least get the punt with the wind, as they're hustling on that punt team all day now. They must have seen something on film.
Now Montreal running to get off the field in time. Greg Reed and Adarius Pickett back for this kick. It'll be Greg Reed who takes it at his own 45, gets to the 50, now to midfield, now to the Hamilton 50, the 45, and to about the 43 of the Tiger Cats. So a good return from Greg Reed to end the third quarter. Hamilton in control of this game, 17-3. All right, we're coming back because there was a flag on the play. There's one more play in the third quarter. Vernon Adams hands off, and it is a short gain of maybe a yard on the play for William Stanback. And that's it for three quarters. So the Tiger Cats have a 17-3 lead. The defense holding the high-flying Montreal offense to just 3 points through three quarters. Start of the fourth quarter at Tim Hortons Field. Tiger Cats lead the Alouettes 17-3. I'm RJ Broadhead with Mike Morreale. Montreal starting from their own 39 to begin the fourth quarter. It's their best field position today. Vernon Adams' pass was behind the intended receiver, B.J. Cunningham, and goes incomplete. So that was second down. And the punt team coming out again for Montreal.
Yeah, so this is working out for the Cats. They get a quick 1-and-out to start this fourth quarter. You got the first down leading into the last play of the third, and now forcing a punt situation. All the Cats need to do now is just be methodical. Just move the football, get some first downs, get the field of position battle back in their side of things.
Joseph Zima standing on his own 25 to punt this football. David Ungerer, the returner for the injured Frankie Williams. Catches it on his 25, sprints to his right, then stops. Gets away from Adarius Pickett, tries to go up the middle, winds up getting to the 30, so about 5 yards for David Ungerer on that return. And Hamilton will start from their own 30 with a 17-3 lead.
Looks like we may have another Ticat down on the field. Trying to get a number on it now, but and still some more extracurriculars going on in these huddles as the Ticat players are jumping in and out.
I think it's Felix Gauthier. He's been a terrific special teams performer for Hamilton. Jeremiah Masoli in this game, 16 for 25, 164 yards.
You look at the play of both quarterbacks, and including Schultz, who really has the only big play for the Alouettes. There's been a couple plays down the field. The rest has just been chipping away. But, you know, it doesn't matter when you're up 14. That's all that counts when you look at the scoreboard, especially against a rival within your division.
Hamilton at home. This defense, they like to get the crowd loud, and the crowd likes to respond. 11 straight regular season wins at Tim Hortons Field. 1 touchdown in this game. Sean Thomas Erlington ran for it. Kind of a weird one where he fumbled it about the 4-yard line, but was able to jump on it in the end zone. So nothing's been easy for scoring in this game. Felix Gauthier able to get off under his own power. Jeremiah Masoli set to go back to work. The Tiger Cats will begin this drive on their own 29. Early fourth quarter, trying for their 3rd straight win. Ticats in the huddle. Jeremiah Masoli speaking with Sean Thomas Erlington, who's in the I formation at this moment. Braylon Addison comes and stands to the left of Masoli, and the handoff goes to Addison. Looks up the middle. This is not going to work out well. Woody Barron right there for Montreal, and the ball might have come loose. Montreal saying they have the ball. Nothing from the officials yet. Hamilton now indicating that they have it. So let's see as the officials dig into this pile. This will be a pivotal moment in this game. Braylon Addison tried to go up the middle on the handoff. Clearly lost the ball. And they're still trying to figure out who has it.
Oh, and they're giving it to Montreal. Sorry, I stole your thunder, RJ. Did the whole lead up and I just jumped in. Wow.
So Montreal comes up with that football.
So the play is a handoff in the backfield to Addison. He's searching for room. Sewell gets him first, knocks the ball away, and the ball's just hanging right in front of him. And then it's just a cast of characters that come in from the Alouettes to grab that one. Not sure who came up with it at the end. Usher was in there pretty quickly once the ball came loose. And then there it's just 3-on-1. It looked like Addison was the one.
Well, this is big trouble for the Tiger Cats. Turnovers is what hurt them early in the year. This is a turnover to allow Montreal to start from the Hamilton 26. Montreal just 3 points in this game. They've got the win. Vernon Adams, empty backfield. He's back to pass. Throwing up the middle. Almost picked off by Des Lawrence. That would have been huge for the Tiger Cats. He did knock it down and prevent a completion, but the interception would have been perfect for Hamilton.
You got to wonder here the health of Vernon Adams in that foot. The ball's coming off his hand. I just don't think he's stepping into it. He's not leading the receiver. That was a little bit thrown behind. Allowed Brooks to almost pick that off. Lewis had a step. Ball thrown behind. Incompletion.
2nd and 10 now from the Hamilton 26. It's loud at Tim Hortons Field. Vernon Adams, he'll be back to pass again. He's got time. He's going for it. Looking end zone. Jake Winicky has caught it. It's a touchdown. Winicky, and Montreal is creeping a little closer.
I'd love to get a full screen look at this play because Winicky had 2 defenders on him. Almost looked like he slowed down, and then when he saw the ball in the air, Adams led him to a perfect spot. And that was a turnover that came back to bite. The Ticats will get a look here. Winicky lines up as a receiver to the field. Just badly played. Roll, who's had a tremendous season, just got caught peeking in the backfield, looking at Adams. That little hitch froze his feet, and Winicky goes right behind.
Jake Winicky, the rookie receiver, leads the CFL in receiver touchdowns. That's his 6th. And the convert from Cote is good. So Montreal closes the gap. It's now a 1-score game. Hamilton still leads 17-10. We're in the 4th quarter at Tim Hortons Field. Montreal gets its first touchdown of the game. It comes in the 4th quarter and makes things close at Tim Hortons Field. 17-10. Tiger Cats lead the Alouettes. Still early 4th quarter. 12 minutes, 35 seconds to go. David Cote will kick off to the Tiger Cats. David Ungerer and Malik Irons are back. Here's the kick. Ungerer floating back. He's at his 5. Gets to the 10, the 15, the 20. Now the Montreal special teams takes him down. He got to the 24, 25-yard line, so that's where Hamilton will start this drive. Last 3 drives for the Tiger Cats. 5 plays, they lost a yard. Next drive, 3 plays, gained 2 yards. Next play, 1 play. And next drive was just 1 play, and they lost 3 yards. So they have not been gaining much in this second half. Some penalties have hurt as well. Starting on their own 25, they're against the wind. Jeremiah Masoli. Addison to his left, Kalinic to his right. The pass goes to Braylon Addison, who will get 4 yards as he's taken out of bounds at the Hamilton 29.
You just sense like there's something just not meshing on offense. They're just not confident going down the field. They're still working those little ins and outs. That time there, a gain of 4 leaves 2nd and 6. So a big play here into the wind, in your own end. If you look at the flags, and you can't look if you're listening, but I'll tell you, the flags have started to pick up on the top of those goalposts going from the south to the north.
Yeah, it's a beautiful evening in Hamilton. The wind has not died down, though. Masoli looks right, throws, and it's out of the reach of Brandon Banks. It's incomplete. And Hamilton will have to punt into the wind. Montreal should get pretty good field position here.
You got a couple things here that went wrong. Obviously not converting to get a first down is one thing, but not, moving the ball out of your end and now kicking into the wind from your end, not taking a lot of time off the clock. 11:31 right now.
Joel Whitford. Back to punt. He's standing on his own 15. Finally the snap. Now here's the kick from Whitford. It's end over end, and it's not very deep. Greg Reed coming in, and he'll catch it at midfield, but that clearly is going to be no yards. Flags all over the place. So Greg Reed gets nothing on the return, but the penalty will likely go against the Tiger Cats. It's 17-10. Back at Tim Hortons Field, Montreal with great field position, a kick into the wind that wasn't very deep, and then a no yards penalty. It's a net of 12 yards for the Tiger Cats, and now Montreal starting on the Hamilton 41. Hand off to William Stanback, and he barrels his way to about the 32-yard line of the Tiger Cats.
That's going to be a gain about 9 on the play. Pretty good downhill running by Stanback as they're going to want to get him involved. Leaves a 2nd and short one.
Ball is on the 32. Vernon Adams has Quan Bray cut in front. Now he goes under center. Adams trying to find a seam, and he will drag the ball across the 30-yard line. That will be enough for a first down.
So the Alouettes here shouldn't be in a hurry. They got the win. They got time. All they want to do is try and move down the field to get into touchdown position. The Cats defense is looking for anything, a turnover, a sack, something to back up this offense.
Now on the Tiger Cats 30. Adams looking right, pumps twice, nobody open, has to hold on to it, made a good move, got away from Dylan Wynn, then cuts to the middle, and Jagarrett Davis finally brings him down at about the 23 or 24-yard line. Another pretty good gain on first down.
Yeah, if Christophe Normand, the fullback for Montreal, was looking, he could have helped his quarterback with a block inside. The good chase by Hamilton to limit that gain because he had some room in front of him.
This game has certainly changed. 17-3. It looked like Hamilton was in cruise control. A turnover. Montreal scored a touchdown, and now Montreal threatening again. 2nd and 3 from the Hamilton 23. Here's the snap. It's a high one. Vernon Adams throws to the right, and Ciante Evans, he read the play perfectly, knocked it down. But by his reaction, Mike, you have to think he thought he should have picked that off.
Oh, man, that was golden opportunity. First of all, terrific jump by Ciante Evans. So he saw this play develop. He must have watched it on film 100 times because he jumped right away. Slipped a tackle, just couldn't get his hands on it. Got one finger, couldn't get both. Whew. Lucky if you're Montreal.
Yeah, that would have been a pick six for sure. It is a field goal attempt for David Cote from the 30-yard line with the wind. Here's the snap, the hold. The kick is up. It's good. So from 30 yards, David Cote hits, and Montreal keeps creeping a little closer to the Tiger Cats. It's now Hamilton leading 17-13 in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Midway through the fourth quarter at Tim Hortons Field, RJ Broadhead with Mike Morreale. The Hamilton offense has not managed much of late. Their last four possessions, they've managed 2 net yards. And Montreal is putting up the points. It's now 17-13, a 4-point game. Hamilton on their own 35. Jeremiah Masoli is back to pass. Good protection. Stays in the pocket, but that protection can't last. Woody Barron had an arm on him, and Masoli throws it away. But I think the whistle went first as Barron had Masoli all gathered in.
That's going to go down as another sack here, RJ, and backs him up once again. I don't know how many times we've talked about Hamilton being in 2nd and 15, 2nd and 20, this time 2nd and 17. Way too often.
Here they are again. 2nd and 17 on their own 28. Into the wind. Tiger Cats need to do something here. Masoli back to pass. It's complete. Stephen Dunbar just past the 35, but that won't be anywhere near enough for a first down. And it is the punt team coming on again. Joel Whitford will have to punt into the wind. Last punt, and the no yards penalty turned into a net of 12 yards.
Yeah, we talk about what they've done offensively, and it's kind of what they haven't done offensively. They're 5 for 18 on second down conversions, and rightfully so when you look at the distance they've had to go. And now this punt, and the style of Aussie kicker into the wind doesn't always, work as well.
Strong win this evening in Hamilton. Joel Whitford, another end over end that gets hung up. Greg Reed takes it just inside his 40, gets to the outside, up to the 45, and he's forced out of bounds there. No flag. Yes, there is a flag. It comes in late. The flag came in late. It was down by the Hamilton sideline.
Big collision between two Hamilton players. And everybody's up on their feet now. Kind of get a listen to what this flag is still sitting on the ground. A lot of conversation by the officials and a few Ticats over trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, a long discussion to determine what this penalty is. It was a late flag.
We're getting a look at it in the booth. And still waiting.
The reaction on Kahari Jones's face leads one to believe it is against Montreal. I think we're about set for the call.
Montreal, number 0, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So Montreal takes the penalty. They were near midfield, so now they'll have to move back, start from their own 30. This is big for the Hamilton defense. There's 7 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the game, and the clock is running. Montreal's taken 110 yards in penalties today. Second straight game they've been over 100 yards in penalties. Vernon Adams had his foot stepped on in the opening half, missed most of that first half. He's in now. Great catch by Eugene Lewis, the top receiver coming into this game for the Alouettes, and he will get up to the 40. That is very close to a first down, but that pass was behind him. It was a great catch.
Oh, a tremendous catch, and that ball was probably ill-advised to throw, and wow. Jagera Davis tried to fly right in front of the face of that throw. Nice catch by Lewis, and they do just enough to get second in inches here. So Adams, with that injury we talked about, is not going to run like we've seen him run, so he's relying on his arm.
Armando Sewell, the defensive lineman, is in there. Vernon Adams, oh boy, Hamilton looks like they did a pretty good job there. They're celebrating. They pulled Vernon Adams back. And I don't think he got the first down. We'll have to see where they spot this.
We'll have to check out the forward progress here. He only needed about half a yard. Just had to cross that line. Tough to see by that angle. Looks like he got to, yes. And he did.
Yep, they moved the sticks, but he didn't get it by much.
Nope.
Pretty good by the Hamilton defense when he only needed about half a foot. And they line up a yard away to come that close. This offensive line for Montreal is taking a beating in this game. Philippe Gagnon is now down on the field. They lost their center, Sean Jamieson, earlier.
Yeah, David Foucault coming in for Gagnon. And looks like Gagnon's cramping up. It's a what has been a warm day, especially for October, and for those big boys, you got to drink a lot of water.
Yes, a lot of body for that water to fill. Yeah, they're working on the calf area of Philippe Gagnon. So that leads one to believe it is a calf injury. The score is 17-13. Tiger Cats leading. Montreal with the wind in the fourth quarter. There's 5 minutes and 43 seconds to go. Montreal, fresh set of downs from their own 40. It's Hamilton defense, second in the league, allowing just 17 points against per game. They have to come up big here. Montreal has scored on their last couple of possessions. 4-point game. Vernon Adams in the shotgun. He's got stand back behind him, will not hand off. It's another pass play for Montreal, and it is a completion. B.J. Cunningham gets over midfield, and that's another first down for Montreal.
There's pretty decent coverage downfield by the Ticats defensive backfield. The problem is Vernon Adams had way too much time to throw the football and had a chance for the receiver to go in on bang, back out to a little out route, and again move the chains.
Working on Des Lawrence a little bit. He's in for Frankie Williams, who was injured in the first half. Vernon Adams. Pass, another completion, and that's Jake Winicky, and he will get up past the 45, again close to a first down.
The Ticats, if anything happens here, if they're going to give up any points, they want it to be of the field goal variety, just to keep themselves on top. 4-point differential right now. The clock is winding down. 4 minutes 37 seconds. Still a ton of time as they're going to measure here to see how close Winicky got to the first down.
Yeah, he was right there. So the measurement, we'll see how close this is. Winicky, another good game. 4 catches, 71 yards. He has Montreal's touchdown. And it is second down. What would you say, by about 4 or 5 links of chain?
Yeah, not by much. Certainly in the favor of the offense with the ball, the yard off the ball. So again, chance for Alouettes to get a new set of downs if they convert here.
Montreal 10 for 21 on second down conversions. This one would be of the more easier variety. It's just a couple of inches is all they need for a fresh set of downs. They're on the right hash. Ball is spotted at the Hamilton 44. Vernon Adams under center. He keeps, and he will get enough for the first down. Ted Laurent able to bring him down, but he only needed a couple of inches and got about 1.5 yards.
Vernon Adams that time starts in shotgun, then walks his way up, chooses to take the easier route to get that 2nd and inches converted. Now first down, ball is on the 43 of the Ticats.
Under 4 minutes to go, getting close to that 3-minute warning. Vernon Adams back to pass again, stands in the pocket, throws to the far side. It's complete to Eugene Lewis. He's forced out of bounds at the 15, but there is a flag.
This is going to be the exact same thing all over again. This would be offensive pass interference on Montreal this time. Push off against Carriel Brooks. I think it's Lewis up top.
Offensive pass interference. Montreal, number 87. It's 10-yard penalty. Repeat.
You know, the same official, same side of the field, same general area. He got that one back.
He couldn't have been any closer to the official. A couple of feet away, he saw it. They continue to work against Des Lawrence. 1st and 20 now on the Hamilton 53, close to midfield, just on the Hamilton side of it. Vernon Adams twirls his fingers in the air, empty backfield, stand back, does get the pitch and works his way for a pretty good gain, almost back to the original line of scrimmage.
Another offensive lineman for Montreal on his back. That's not a good sign because they already had a few changes and they will have another one here.
Tony Washington looks like the offensive lineman who's down now for Montreal. That offensive line has been a big key for the Alouettes. Allowed only 7 sacks coming into this game. Stand back, the leading rusher in the league.
Washington slips on the foot of Santos Knox and twists his right ankle a little bit. Just a harmless looking play, but that's your big left tackle now that's coming out of the game. So if you're the Ticats, you've got Gagnon's been out. Now Washington's out. You got a couple new guys in. In comes number 51, Christian Matt. He's coming in. You maybe want to throw a little misdirection, a little stunt, or kind of twist up front by the 4 big defensive linemen and add in a couple linebackers just to confuse them. And this is the stuff that Steinauer likes to do, right? And it's 2nd and long. Let's come after you, make him make a play.
And David Menard is coming in as well. He's listed as a defensive lineman.
Huge play.
3 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. Washington limping off the field, unassisted. Hamilton leading 17-13. It is 2nd and 12. Ball on the Tiger Cats 45. The wind is with the Alouettes. Vernon Adams Jr. went up to the offensive line, said a few words. Now he drops back into the shotgun. There's the snap. Adams with time, and it is complete. Through to the right side, B.J. Cunningham still on his feet across the 25 to the Hamilton 24. A first down for Montreal and a big play on 2nd down and long. We're at the 3-minute warning. 2 minutes, 53 seconds on the clock. Montreal moving the football. It's a 4-point game, an exciting finish ahead. Welcome back to Tim Hortons Field. RJ Broadhead, Mike Morreale. What a game we've got here between the Tiger Cats and the Alouettes. Tiger Cats were up 17-3. It's now 17-13. Montreal on the Tiger Cats 23. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the game. Vernon Adams back to pass. The heat's coming. Tiger Cats can't bring him down. He's still on his feet, rolling to the right. Jagera Davis finally does track him down. And he'll wind up with a gain of maybe 2 on the play, but it could have been a huge loss. Somehow he got away from everybody from Hamilton. Yeah, everybody was there. You're right, Mike.
Wow, that was a great defensive call. They brought the house, and then some. Hauser has him wrapped up around the shoulders. Adams gets out of it somehow. Doesn't show any worse for wear with that foot on that run. Gain of only about 3, but wow.
Beats a loss of about 10. 2nd and 8 from the Hamilton 21. Huge down here. Tiger Cats defense needs a stop. Has to try to force Montreal to a field goal. There is a flag, and they'll stop this one before the play even starts.
A little procedure call. That helps Hamilton. Backs at Montreal.
Procedure. Montreal, number 51. 5-yard penalty.
Backs them up 5. Now it's 2nd and 13. You got to think it's 3-down football here for Montreal, regardless of what happens at this particular point. They're going.
Yeah, it's a good
no
point,
matter
Montreal. That's a good point, Mike. 13th penalty of the game for Montreal. 4-point game. Field goal would bring Montreal to within 1. Hamilton has not been able to move the football. In fact, the last 9 first downs in the game have all belonged to Montreal. So it would be interesting if Hamilton gets a stop here to see what the Alouettes do. Crowd getting into it at Tim Hortons Field. Here's the snap. Vernon Adams back to pass. Pumps to the left. Throws up the middle. It is picked off. Ciante Evans. Huge interception for the Tiger Cats. And he's up to the 25. He's brought down. There's a flag after he was brought down. But the defense does it again for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, just a tremendous, tremendous play by that Ticat defense. There's a late flag, doesn't mean anything. That's still going to stand. There's a couple flags, as a matter of fact. Some unnecessary roughness, I'm sure, at the end of that play. But Evans stepping in front of that throw. That's a few times now in this game that Adams has just thrown behind his receiver at the worst opportune time, the best time if you're a Ticat fan, and a big play by the Ticat defense, who are repeatedly getting their offense out of trouble and giving them a chance.
Ciante Evans gets his first interception of the year, and that changes this football game. Wow, Montreal had all the momentum, and they were going for it. Quan Bray was right on the goal line. That's where Ciante Evans stepped in front of him and picked it off, and he ran it up to the 25. And they're still discussing these penalty flags on the field. Looks like they've got it sorted out, and we should have the call very shortly. Hamilton up 17-13. Montreal had sure points there. Couldn't have picked a better time for an interception by this defense. Officials still discussing the penalties. Looked like they had broken apart, had it decided.
Just waiting to get the official call here.
To the interception. Illegal block. Hamilton, number 26. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So not out of the woods yet, RJ. They still need to move this football. They need to get the first down, a few first downs. 2 minutes, 3 seconds on the clock. There's timeouts in play. And now it's up to the Ticat offense. The defense has done everything you could imagine for them to do repeatedly. It's now up to Jeremiah Mazzoli and the offense.
Tiger Cats never do it the easy way, right? What a finish here. 2 minutes, 3 seconds. The offense has not been able to move the ball in this fourth quarter. It's been all Montreal with the momentum. So now the offense has to come up big. Into the wind. Ball will be on the Hamilton 14-yard line. So tough field position to start. Jeremiah Mazzoli back in this game. Braylon Addison, Brandon Banks. Addison has been used a lot more than Banks. Hamilton 5 straight possessions without a first down. They need one, like you said, Mike, maybe 2 or more.
Yeah, and a lot of time on the clock with the ability to stop the clock if you're Montreal. And again, I'd love to see this Ticat offense go back to those quick strikes. Just find Braylon Addison, find Jalen Ackland, find Brandon Banks over the middle. Once you get the ball in your hands, get it out, and just move these chains.
Hamilton in the huddle, getting set with just over 2 minutes to go in the game. Tiger Cats are leading 17-13, but they were up 17-3. Montreal's really come on late in this football game.
Still a delay on the field here as the officials are meeting with both benches. And now we're getting ready to go here in a few seconds.
So here we go. Just over 2 minutes on the clock. Jeremiah Masoli in the shotgun. Handoff goes to Sean Thomas Erlington. He goes up the... No, it's a good play action. Masoli, the keeper. They got me again, Mike.
It's okay. That's what they're trying to do.
I'll get up to the 20, so pretty good gain of 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, that was a good gain. Mazzoli, nice play action fake, and takes it up the gut. Gain of 6 in your own end. That's good. The clock is 1:57. It's going to start rolling here once they whistle it in. And it looks like they've moved Armando Sewell to defense. He's now wearing number 62. There's a change on the sideline, and we just caught it on our monitor here.
So he's normally on defense, but it's a number change. Masoli, 2nd and 4. Another fake handoff. Oh, he's under pressure, and he's sacked. Montreal got Jeremiah Masoli, and it'll be a big loss. Chris Anke looks like he's the one with the sack, and the ball will be inside the Hamilton 10. They're going to have to punt this ball away into the wind, and it looks like it's going to be great field position for the Alouettes.
Oh man, this is exactly what you didn't want to have happen. If you're the Hamilton offense and you're looking at the options ahead of you, you could consider doing a safety, but you can't. It's too close. It's a 4-point game. A field goal would then win it. You got to have a great punt, and this is tough for any kicker in any league. But when you're new to the league and you're punting 5 yards in your own end zone into the wind, it's going to be interesting.
4th sack today for the Alouettes. That continues to be a problem for the Tiger Cats. Joel Whitford, about 5 yards inside his own end zone to punt this football. There's the kick, and it will be caught at the Hamilton 45. Greg Reed trying to search for an opening, but nothing there. In fact, looks like the Hamilton special teams pushed them back 5 yards to the Hamilton 50.
Yeah, that special team unit did a great job there, eliminated to no gain, maybe a few yards lost, to be honest, and a pretty decent punt from 5 yards back. 46-yarder or 41, depends how you're looking at it.
Minute 25 to go. 17-13, Tiger Cats there, up by 4. Montreal within 4 points. They're going to start this possession on the Hamilton 49. They are with the wind. Vernon Adams stands in the pocket. Short pass. Williams stand back on a check down, and he's hit hard, brought down, and Hamilton limit him to about a 6-yard gain on first down.
Just a ton of pressure being placed on the Hamilton defense time and time again. Vernon Adams uses his outlet that time, stand back, and you're right, Jagger Davis just knocks him forward. Actually probably helped him gain a yard or two, hit him that hard.
Now on the 43, Vernon Adams, the pass, Jake Winicky reaches for it, he can't catch it. It'll be 3rd and 4. Field goal doesn't do Montreal any good. It would get them to within a point. There's a minute 5 on the clock.
Yeah, this is it right here. Well, we say that Hamilton still needs to either make a stop or get this ball back and run the clock out. But right now it's up to the Alouette offense to try and gain 4 and the Ticat defense to shut them down.
Just over a minute to go in the game. Montreal down by 4 points. On the Hamilton 43, they need 4 yards. This is 3rd down. Here's the snap. Vernon Adams looks to his left. He throws near side. Eugene Lewis makes the catch in front of Des Lawrence, and he's down to the 20. It is a first down, a big gain. They got way more than 4 yards. They got 24 on that play, and Eugene Lewis has been a top receiver in the CFL this year and comes through with a big one there.
Huge catch by Lewis, and that's a gutsy call going one-on-one to the outside, but they're going against a youngster in Lawrence. They're going to take that chance, and Lewis does everything he can to shield himself to catch that ball.
They'll spot them inside the 20 on the Hamilton 18. Fresh set of downs, under a minute to go. 3 receivers to the field side. Vernon Adams looking up the middle. He'll do a screen pass to William Standback, but he can't come up with it. He dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Still 3 down territory, 53 seconds on the clock. This ball is going to be spotted on the Ticat 18, so 18 yards away from what could be another victory here at home. And this Montreal offense needs to put something together here.
3 receivers to the field side, stand back to the right of Vernon Adams. 2nd and 10. Adams, the pressure comes, they got him. It's a sack. Tunde Adeleke gets the sack for the Tiger Cats, and that'll push Montreal back about 8 yards.
Oh, that was just a massive play. Mark Washington on the sideline has this defense playing as good as you could imagine at this point in the game. And Adeleke comes from deep in the safe. That's a safety blitz from 30 yards away.
What a play. 3rd sack today for the Tiger Cats. It's a loss of 10 on the play. So now it's 3rd and 20. Comes down to this. There's under 40 seconds on the clock. Montreal needs 20 yards for a first down. Vernon Adams passes.
Oh,
it's
my
caught.
goodness.
Eugene Lewis catches it. He lost his helmet at the same time. And Montreal has scored a touchdown. 3rd and 20. Eugene Lewis, a huge catch, 29 seconds on the clock. And now it'll be up to the Hamilton offense to try to do something with hardly any time left.
Oh, man. If you're a fan of just football plays, this is a tremendous play. Vernon Adams with nowhere to put this. He threw that into about 4 people. And the catch by Lewis coming off his feet, you can't play much better defense than this. It is surrounded. And just a tremendous catch. Wow.
Eugene Lewis came in leading Montreal with 477 yards. Hamilton held him to just 6 yards in the first half. He has been a force in the second half, and that touchdown is a big one. Montreal gets its first lead of the game. The convert is good. So it is a 20-17 lead for Montreal. First time they've led in the football game, and they do it with less than 30 seconds to go.
I tell you, that's tough. That's tough on the Ticat defenses. It played very, very well. You couldn't really cover that much better. Good pass rush, good coverage in the backfield. Lewis is going up. He's just doing a simple in route. He's just finding the soft spot, never loses sight of the football, loses his helmet when he catches it. That's a tough one. And now really it comes down to the Ticat offense and the return game on this kickoff return to put them in some field position to get to at least to a point we have a shot at a field goal, and if you're lucky, a chance for a score.
And keep in mind, no Frankie Williams. He was injured late in the first half, so he is not out there to return. He's been so good on special teams for the Tiger Cats. Tim White is out there. Malik Irons back there with him. In all likelihood, it'll be White who will return this kickoff. Eugene Lewis, 6 receptions, 82 yards. David Cote to kick off. Tim White standing at his own 10. Up to his 15, the 20. Tries to cut to the near side. Forced back to the 15, now back up to the 20, running out of room, cuts to the middle, and Montreal tackles Tim White at about the 26 or 27 yard line of the Tiger Cats, and there's 19 seconds on the clock.
Here's the problem with that return. I know Tim White's trying to make something happen, but he burned almost 10 seconds off the clock, and 10 seconds is 2 plays. And, there's still time. It's 19, but this is going to make it a little bit difficult to string together a couple big plays here.
Hamilton against the wind, too, in the fourth quarter, so they're going to have to get close. David Cote missed a 42-yarder short at the end of the second half, into the first half rather. So they will have to get well inside the 30. Jeremiah Masoli, a pass. It is complete on the near sideline to Braylon Addison. That's a first down up near the 45-yard line of the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, stops the clock. More importantly, 13 seconds. So this won't get started again until the snap of the football. You would think they would have to get somewhere close to the 35-yard line. I mean, just given the wind that's gusting.
Absolutely, Mike. That play took 6 seconds. There's only 13 seconds on the clock now. Masoli in the pocket, waiting. Throws again to the sideline. That is complete to Tim White. It'll be another first down. 8 seconds on the clock now. And the Tiger Cats are across midfield, but still a long way from field goal range.
So this is going to be a play you're going to want to look to make the catch, get out of bounds as quickly as possible. Could be a comeback play to the outside. He's got to drive and get about 15 or 20 here.
3 receivers to the field side, 2 to the boundary. Throws to the boundary. Jalen Ackland the catch, and he works to get out of bounds, and he does. Almost was kept inside. Got to the 50. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
They're going to mark this on the 48. So we'll bring that kick to about the 55. And that into this wind, that on a good day is a big kick. And Ticats call timeout, so looks like they're trotting out that field goal team.
Taylor Bertolette on his way out. His long this year is a 50-yarder. This one is right at midfield, so he will be kicking a 55-yarder into the wind to try to tie the game. This will be the last play of regulation. Taylor Bertolette needs a huge leg here. 55-yard field goal attempt. He's set to go. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick. It's up and it's good. Just barely. Taylor Bertolette kicks a 55-yarder with no time on the clock to tie the game.
I've seen some big kicks, but I got to say, a 55-yarder into this wind with the game on the line to tie it is a massive kick for Bertolette, a massive kick.
Wow. How did he do that?
Well, he's wearing number 18, so that's probably why.
They should have retired that number.
They haven't?
Wow, so for the first time, the Tiger Cats are going into overtime. And man, what did he have? An inch to spare?
This just dropped beyond the lower post. I don't know how it didn't hit the post on the way down. What a kick.
He knew it. He knew it when he kicked it. We were able to see a replay. Boy, that did not look like it was going to happen for the Tiger Cats. 55 yards into the wind, just based on David Cote, who's a great kicker for Montreal at the end of the first half. A 42-yarder was short. So Bertolette had the adrenaline going. 55-yarder with that win, that had to be 60 plus.
That was a tough one. That was right into the teeth of the wind. And, you know, you go back, Jalen Ackland trying to get out of bounds. He gets out of bounds, saves 2 seconds on the clock. It's always little plays here and there that come together. And now we have a little overtime here. A little fun. This is an exciting part of the game.
What a great job by the offense. They had trouble moving the ball, and they were able to get to the sidelines, get some completions, make it a possibility to give Taylor Bertolette a chance. He just dropped it over the crossbar. From 55 yards into the wind, that will gain him a lot of fans.
CFL logo's heads. Tiger Cat logo is tails. You have the call. Heads. Heads is the call.
So Montreal calls heads.
It is a heads. You can go. So you can go offense, defense, or pick a side. You want defense. So he wants he picked defense. What would you guys like? Offense, or do you want to? Well, you're gonna pick offense, right?
So now he shuts the mic off.
Just in case he says the wrong thing.
Yes. It was clear that Hamilton was probably going to go offense, but so it looks like the Tiger Cats are going to start on offense with the wind.
So every team gets 2 chances here. You'll start from the 35-yard line. It's regular football that way in. You get a first down, you keep moving, and then it comes down to what you do when you're first on offense. The defense has a chance to at least see what you do, and then they get a chance to match it or better it depending on the outcome. So it's there's 2 ways to look at this. Either the offense is under pressure now to put up a score, or they hold all the cards and they can really put pressure on that defense depending on what they decide to do. So if at any time today this offense needs to get going, it is right now.
So true, Mike. Ball on the left hash, 35-yard line, overtime. Hamilton was up 17-3. Montreal came back. They led 20-17 with 29 seconds to go. Taylor Bertolette, a 55-yarder with no time on the clock to tie the game. Here we are in overtime. A completion to Brandon Banks, and he's trying to go wide. He ran further toward the sideline than he gained positive yardage. Looks like it's about a gain of 2 on that play after all that running for Banks.
So this is a big down here because you want to move the change. You want another chance at trying to get the ball in the end zone. If you do have to settle for a field goal, it does really give Montreal that opportunity to decide their fate.
Jeremiah Masoli. Empty backfield. Here's the pass. Stephen Dunbar makes the catch. We'll have to see where the spot is. His forward momentum looks like they're giving him the first down. He got it. Got to the 25-yard line. First down, Tiger Cats.
Dunbar's been a nice find for the Cats. He's made some great catches this season. That one really under a lot of pressure. Held on to the football.
The ball is fumbled. It was a handoff to Sean Thomas Erlington. And Montreal celebrating. Montreal gets the football.
Oh, boy. So this changes everything. Right now, Montreal will take over possession of the football. All they need is a point. Generally, in this case, they'll try something on first down. They'll reserve second down to just make an attempt either to field goal, punt it 18 miles through the end zone. It does not matter. You don't want to wait till third down because if something does go wrong on third down, loss of down, etc. So you keep your eyes peeled here. The ball will reset on the 35.
So fumble, a turnover. Turnovers were the big issues in the losses for the Tiger Cats. Now in overtime. Mike, you set it up perfectly. Montreal, chance to win the football game with points. It's a handoff to Cameron Artis-Payne, the rookie who gets about 5 yards.
Ticat defense now, if this ball goes on the ground again, which it most likely will, you are ripping and tearing and punching and trying to get whatever you can to get that ball out of the hands of the running back.
So it's 2nd and 5 on the Hamilton 30 in overtime. Another handoff. Artis-Payne battles for a couple of yards maybe. So now it's third down.
Now you play some defense if you're the Ticats. You put 2 guys, at least 2 back in the end zone, maybe more. Their whole sole job is to try to recover a missed field goal and kick it out, run it out, do whatever. It looks like they're only dropping 1, so they're going to come after this one. That's the approach they're going to take and just hope they can get a hand on the football. And if you're Montreal and you're the kicker, you're just booting this thing as far as you possibly can.
This will be from the Hamilton 36. David Cote. Brandon Banks in the end zone in case he misses the field goal. The kick is up. It is good. And Montreal with the field goal in overtime get the come-from-behind victory against the Tiger Cats. That winning streak at home is over. This was a game, Mike, that looked like it was on cruise control for Hamilton when they were up 17-3, and it just fell apart late.
Yeah, it's a couple little things down the stretch. The offense never really came alive the whole game. The defense did all it could. Really, you can't place much fault on them. And it comes down to an overtime, and just a fumble seals the deal. It's an unfortunate way to end, but nonetheless, hopefully a good lesson for these Cats to learn. They can't afford to lose these ones, especially against their Eastern opponents.
Well, it is win for the Alouettes. They snapped their 2-game losing streak, and at the same time snapped the Tiger Cats' 2-game winning streak. And the search for identity and answers for the Tiger Cats continues. They're now at 4-4, and we saw a lot of flashes of greatness from this defense again. Looked like a big pick by Seontae Evans would be enough, but Montreal just kept coming. Vernon Adams was injured early, came back. And the Alouettes, a huge victory to keep in the mix in that East Division. So the Tiger Cats lose at home for the first time in a long time. Snaps their 11-game regular season winning streak at Tim Hortons Field. Montreal winning in overtime. Post-game coverage is coming up next. For Mike Morreale, I'm RJ Broadhead. Thanks for listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Ticats Audio Network.